Yeah, but I want it to be fast and simple and penguin.
Whatever, anyway. Guess go ahead and switch it over then.
I've already switched over. I think, yeah, I have switched. I'm gonna be sure because you know I am so fucking paranoid. Something did go wrong. What's going on? Why is everything going to fucking Hades right now? I didn't kill them.
I switched it over, but it's like, you know, we're still muted. So, wait on you.
I'm unmuted and everything also. So everything I
Well, I'm
say,
saying when you're good. Well, I'm saying when you're good.
I'm good. I've been good since 1996.
Yeah, no reason to mention the birthday there, but anyway. So after about 60,000 technical issues, here we are. How's that go for you? Oh, and let's not forget about a month or so since, you know, last time.
Mother? Mother Russia?
What did I say, mother?
I don't know. You said mother.
I said month or so.
A month. Oh, I am not. I'm totally fine. Wait, are you? I'm gonna have to check. Okay.
Somebody's having issues. Why is it I feel like you intentionally like actually pop those next to your mic, like right next to it, like, all right, they need to hear this. All right, got it.
Hey, SMR.
Is it?
Opening can ASMR.
Yeah, nobody likes that.
What?
I don't think anybody likes that.
Hey, have you not watched Jack's SAMR?
That's different.
Oh god. That was like, that must have been like half a year ago he did those.
So yeah. Again, it's been like a month or so since the last time we've done a podcast episode, and why, you might ask? Well, we're lazy.
Well, you were gone one
That's the big-
weekend.
Well, yeah, one weekend I was gone. That's because I took a vacation, and trust me, it was much needed vacation. So that was good enough.
Then I think you got sick
And
the second one, or I was sick. Someone was sick, I think.
you were kind of out on one weekend. I don't know if it was like sick or just like you were like always tired. Like every time you mentioned like you were insanely tired, so you really needed some sleep, and I'm like, all right, just go to sleep. I don't care.
Yeah, but I think we were gonna plan it to do the day after as usual when we skip the Saturday to Sunday one. But I think something happened that weekend that we don't even know why. Wait, was it the same weekend the Last of Us came out? No, that was this weekend. Yeah, it was this weekend it was that the Last of Us came out.
Well,
So,
technically last, but you know.
yeah, last Friday.
That's not this weekend, buddy, because this weekend is the weekend we're currently on. So that's last weekend. Also, just having chat open and oh boy.
Yep, you say two things: one, go nap, and no you.
No, there's Candy.
Oh no, it's Candy here. I mean, hi Candy, welcome to the world of Pokemon. Oh, you're a boy or a girl?
I'm not gonna repeat that last message that he sent. Let's just not. Okay.
Now you come up like, oh my god. Okay, so I was like, I pressed the performance metrics thing in the bottom left on Streamlabs, and it was like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, you see, this is why I said you have a terrible computer. Gotta get some upgrades there, buddy, someday. Even if it's just a tad bit, doesn't have to be anything big.
Teabagging.
Just like
Blood ASMR.
Yeah. Like I said,
Actually, Candy, I'm sorry to tell you, but
ahead.
there's not gonna be a Halo until a month from now.
Yeah, because somebody won't accept just a little bit of money to help out. I tried being a nice friend, and he says no.
Yeah.
What a jerk.
I am the jerk for not accepting money. Like, accept my money, jerk.
Take it.
Like, normally people are pissed that you accept money from people, and then when they don't, you're like, God damn it, I offer you money, so take the goddamn money.
Pretty much. For context for anybody, basically in our last Halo stream, his controller broke, specifically the analog stick.
The left stick of everything. Like, if the right stick had broken, fine, I could...
I don't know about that, because, I mean, if it would have had a lot of drift in that case, that'd been really annoying.
Always have drift.
Well, that's different. That's... that sounds too familiar, but... Yeah, so... Point being, I tried offering some money to help him out. You know, just like, hey, here's some money to help you buy it, or to buy another controller, and then when he gets paid in like a month or so, just pay it back. No problems.
But it's also because I don't know if I get paid, because as I live on welfare.
Well, again, you don't necessarily need to, you know, whatever.
Yeah, but I don't like being in debt to people. Unless I know I get money.
Well,
that's a different thing. If I know I get money.
Also, I don't know what... it's not a big thing or anything. It's just I've noticed random times when you talk, I just hear random... just like a random like humming, like very loud hum.
That can be my...
It's not really a problem.
Like, is it the same hum you normally hear?
No, this one's like... It barely happens.
Oh, that can be my AC.
No, I don't think it sounds like you're either like pulling on the connection of the cable just a little bit, or
I was sitting on it, so
that could be one thing. Electrical interference could be another one, but regardless, it doesn't really matter, because again, it's not that annoying. I've just noticed it. I'm like, okay. So
it's a hummingbird.
See, that's what we're talking about. Can't do. Pay it back with the interest.
Yes, like gonna send. Are you gonna send Tom Nook after me?
He's not very good at collecting. Oh, see, there it is, right there. There's the humming. Like it just happened right as you were saying that.
Chocolate.
Yeah, we're not here for eating ASMR. That's like the most disgusting thing ever. Anybody who enjoys that, I'm not gonna judge you, but I'm so gonna say that that's disgusting as hell.
He's gonna judge you.
Clearly.
That's a thing you should never say. Like, the moment someone actually says, "I'm not gonna judge you," but like, basically what you're saying is that you're gonna judge me.
That's like somebody trying to say, it's not that I don't enjoy our talks. I don't enjoy them. I don't enjoy them. Like,
or you have the classic, like, I'm not racist, but like...
Yeah, those people are racist.
Like, how do you make that logic? Like, I'm not racist, but you know, it's their fault, like, that makes you racist.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, I'll stay away from that one. Yeah, I'll go and say this, that sure, we have our podcast here. It's about talking. Usually we talk about topical stuff. Usually we talk about random gaming stuff that happens, or just something we basically like. However, I'm just going to go and plainly say that there's a lot of crap going on right now worldwide that's been going on for quite a bit. We're just not really going to talk about it for mainly two reasons. One, kind of annoys me.
Yeah.
Two, you can say just one thing, even if it's a good thing, like perfectly okay thing to say, and Twitch or YouTube in this case will like just be like, hey, let's not have that kind of topic. So then it's like, it's not problem so long as I didn't, like, neither of us are saying anything hateful, and we're not. It's just.
But it's YouTube we're talking about.
Yeah, so we're just gonna play it safe and
I want to say it's like a third thing also. I'm gonna say this is like, even if you say, it's same with what you said, like if you say something good, someone's gonna turn that against you or somehow use it to make it bad. Like that's another thing. Like that's an issue. I see, like people say something, and even if they have good intentions, someone is gonna find a way to use that against them and make it so much worse than it really is. I'm like, huh?
Yeah. You think internet would? Well, that's kind of an issue, though. I'm gonna also mention when it comes to what Candy said that Congress needs to pass a law that includes internet to free speech. But the problem with that is that it's the internet; it's worldwide, so technically you can't actually do that. I mean, to me, I don't feel like you could do that. You can't specifically place in one country's laws onto one website accessible throughout the world. To me, I don't feel like that should be a thing.
And like here's other thing,
because COPPA is actually more of a American thing than it is anything else, but it still works for everyone else. But it's mainly that.
Yeah.
And then other stuff, it's like, yeah, all that can still.
But that's also because all other countries actually have common sense.
I mean.
Yeah, but okay, most countries have common sense, and then you have United States.
Some. More like.
Yeah, and here's the thing. The thing about the free speech on the internet is that if United States was to remove the free speech on the internet, they would become China, and that's an issue. That's against.
We're not saying to remove the free speech on the internet. We're saying to have it to where there's like a specific law where it's allowed to happen, of free speech, where you can't just if you're gonna say something that really has no issue, you can't really turn it into some type of like lawful situation.
I mean, technically, doesn't that already getting included in the free speech?
Not really internet-wise. A lot of times they can still kind of be taken out.
Yeah, but that's often by other people. That's the issue. Is like it's not about the people that is often like, and then you have like, and then again, I think we mentioned this a lot when it comes to like Twitter specifically, because some people have said stuff in the past and then someone wants to hurt them.
That's different. That's more of just
yeah, but that's often
people think like, oh, it's it's a weird topic to where basically if somebody says something like really back in the past, like we'll say this for example, James Gunn, the person who directs who's directing the new Suicide Squad movie, who directs the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. Basically, that whole thing that happened where like a decade ago or something, he was saying a lot of hateful and terrible stuff. But since then, he's gotten a lot better, but they still fired him at the time anyway. They fired him saying, he can't work on Marvel movies anymore. But of course, they got that fixed, so now he's back on it. But point being, it is pretty much BS that anyone does that kind of thing.
Often, like his the company doesn't do it because they don't. Here's the issue.
It's
also,
still the company wanting to do it.
Yeah, but here's the issue though. The company, even if they know the guy is not bad, they have to fire him to keep an image. Because
pretty much, yeah, that's basically it.
And that's also stupid. Like,
it's basically that point to where it's like, yeah, cancel culture. It's basically like, okay, we have to cut you loose because if we don't, then a lot of people are gonna be really pissed at us, and then no one will watch us, and that's just a loss of business. So in order to keep business going, we're gonna totally have this one person who's perfectly okay now to just say, get the hell out of here.
Yeah, but then we should actually dig up but if you dig up Disney's history, yeah. Like the guy that said something bad a decade ago, yeah, that's bad. But then we have the guy that did it 4 decades.
That's not much.
Oh, many decades. Like what? How long did he live for having the company? He must have had it for many years. So.
What are we talking about?
Disney.
Oh, they've had it for a while, more than 4 decades, buddy.
Yeah. So basically, so that's the issue. Like he had it for 4 decades before he died. And then you have the guy that said something a decade ago. Do you see the issue?
Yeah, well, that is the world. See, it's kind of plays into the title that I have at the moment, which is basically the whole. If it's kind of the thing that I mentioned with my title, it's just that it's next year or yesteryear. The reason why I say that is, it's like, do you just want this year to end and move on to the new year to see if we can get on to better stuff, like move on? Or do you prefer just like, you know what, there's a bunch of better stuff going on, like before this whole year started? It's like, it just, which way are you going here? Which, it's like saying, like, oh, a lot of terrible stuff going on now. It was way better before, and you're like, not really. Still some bad stuff. Then you go forward, it's like, can we freaking move on?
But I feel like it's gotten worse by this time because of the internet. Like the internet have destroyed a lot.
Well, yeah, internet's definitely a big one. That's for sure. Thank you for those sparks, by the way, Sabretooth. I'm gonna have to spend these like crazy because I have a ton.
What?
For the Mixer shutdown. Somebody on Mixer dropped in and gave over 1,000 sparks.
That's also the thing. That's the thing we mentioned yesterday that we should talk about, like Mixer and basically Facebook at this point, because.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and get into that because last topic's basically over with. But when it comes to this is just a big thing that's like really annoying now. Is just Microsoft for the last like few years. A few years ago we had Beam Pro, which was just the regular old streaming service, which barely anyone knew about. I mean, I knew about it at the time because somebody pointed me in that direction. I was like, oh, okay. Of course, it has its FTL latency, which is like around a second or so. Really good. And then Microsoft comes in, notices them, buys them out, makes Mixer, integrates it into everything. You can stream Mixer from your console, from your computer. You literally just go to the game bar on Windows 10. There's Mixer. You can just broadcast with it. And then they go through and put in all this money, try to make it. Well, they don't really try to make it better. They spend all this money, and then over the last like year or two, they've been contracting streamers like Ninja and Shroud and such. What good luck that was, because now Mixer's shutting down.
They were like, yeah, we're not earning anything from this, so we need to shut down. Like,
it's not really that they're not earning anything; it's that they're not really earning enough. Because I had a chart somewhere, but there is a. Here, I want to actually try to find it, but there is a chart where basically it just shows that Mixer is just like a very tiny percentage on how much viewership they get versus like a ton of other people.
That's the issue. It's like Mixer is so unknown compared to like Twitch and YouTube.
Really an issue.
And here's another thing: like as people know, Mixer is going to integrate into Facebook Gaming. And here's the thing: how the fuck did Facebook Gaming become so big?
Yeah, that's kind of the issue, though, is because again, it's like you have. Okay, I found it, but it's really an issue because you go from Mixer, which is like, to me, I think it was like really good. Mixer's like really great because again, I mean, sure, it's like very, very small in comparison to stuff like Twitch, but it's like a niche. It's like just like, oh, hey, you have Twitch, this big whole community. Mixer's like a smaller one. It's like, it's kind of more comfy, more thing to go for. And again, the latency, a lot better interaction. And here's another thing. Interactive streams. That was a big thing with Mixer. Interactive streams. You can have like buttons on the stream page that would interact with, like, you can click it and it would interact with what happens on the game that they're playing or whatever. Or you can actually share your controller, which will do two things. One, put a controls on screen that you can click and press, or someone can plug in an Xbox controller to their computer and they can literally play your Xbox if you obviously have the share option. It was a thing, and it was like really cool that was the thing. So it was like, hey, if you have a viewer, you can go ahead and give them access to your controller, which of course, there were safety precautions, like you can turn off the home button so they couldn't go into your settings, but they could play your game.
Yeah, and also it makes it like, say, co-op games would be like so much better. Like if you wanna play Diablo 3 and you don't have that many that plays it yourself like me, that would be a good way to stream it on Mixer or anything that has that sort of thing, would be, because then you could play with viewers, like they could make their characters and then play.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I feel like, and also I'm gonna say this, I feel like Microsoft didn't give enough time for Mixer to grow.
They really didn't, honestly.
I get it. What? How old is Mixer itself? Is that like 4 or 5 years only?
Basically, I mean, it really didn't have that much time to really do much of anything. But do they really care? No, not really.
I mean, how long has Twitch existed? That has been like at least 10, maybe a little bit less, but like something like that. Like 10 years have Twitch existed. So it have had its time to grow through time, but Mixer hasn't. So
there we go. I'll get the picture up. So, for those watching on the actual visual part, because one of these days the audio version of this will be out. I have not dedicated any time to get the audio version of these streams going, but you can see basically on the screen what I was talking about. It's this little chart that shows you the exact like viewership of everything. You have Twitch, which is taking up a gigantic amount, and let me get a bigger version. All right, Twitch has like 65% total. Okay, it's total hours watched in Q1 2020. So 65%, which is, yeah, what is that? Three, what? That's not a number. What? That is weird to me. All right. There's just a gigantic amount, pretty much. Just Twitch has like a gigantic deal, then YouTube is just a little bit of that. Facebook somehow has 11%. Not really sure why. And then Mixer, 2%. Little tiny bit of Mixer as those hours watched. Oh, 3,000 minutes, I believe. I think that's what it says. No, million minutes. I don't know what any of that says over there, but what I do know is that it just, yeah. Basically, that's just how that works. It's nuts. So
yeah,
point
and
being,
Twitch is 9 years old.
performance. All right. Oh. So basically, how that works. I mean, it's just it's just absolutely stupid. And what's basically worse is that, I mean, at first, in a way, yeah, I mean, you're kind of right in that sense, Kenny. Like, they just basically straight up announced that Mixer's just straight up going to be shutting down. However, they did basically, it's not really a full-on down bit, but of course it is, because they're moving to Facebook Gaming for some unknown freaking reason. Oh boy, they're going to that. But basically, anyone who's like a partner or a whatever, basically anyone who is a partner or going through monetization, they just get transferred over. Like, they literally just straight up get transferred. no problems. They would if they want to. So, you know, they sign up, they'll immediately get transferred all their, or they'll get signed up to where they'll get money for it. Of course, their viewers, the people who would even show up at that point, it involves that too. So, ouch.
I mean,
of course, no one's gonna want to go to Facebook because everyone's like, nope, just go to Twitch. At that rate, who the fuck wants to go to Facebook?
Yeah.
Oh, and as far as I know, they're not adding Facebook anywhere near to Xbox. Like, they're not going to add Facebook integration.
Yeah,
or
I don't
like that.
think, because I think they basically sold the Mixer stuff to Facebook, so it's like
no,
more.
I mean, like, you know, it's not. They're not going to replace their streaming service on Xbox with Facebook Gaming. They're not doing that. They've already mentioned they're not going to be doing that.
But I think people would have been pissed at that.
Pretty much. A lot of people don't like Facebook for good reason. They sell a lot of data. That's all they do. Just, they get your data, sell it, go nuts. Yeah. It's rough.
But this is why again, how does it come that Facebook got so big so fast?
I mean, I really don't know. I mean, I know some people who stream there. Like, I don't know people in real life. I'm saying, like, I know certain content creators who do. And I'm just like, I don't really know why you would, but I mean, whatever, man.
You do you.
But you do you. I'm staying away from that.
I know also I have seen a few content creators that does it too.
Yeah.
They even signed a big deal from one of the more known Twitch streamers, I think.
Mm.
And I don't get it. Yes, I get that you get cash, but why would you go to Facebook of everything? Like, I don't see the point. Yeah.
Terrible decisions. I mean,
and then
who
you
would want to go to Facebook?
Wasn't it one of the guys that we talked about that we watch? That's talked about it, that he goes from Facebook to Twitch, and he said like, it's so weird going from Facebook to Twitch. I'm like, yeah, but it would be weirder to go from Twitch to what?
Who?
I don't know. I think he was playing with like Grizzy or something. Like,
yeah, I don't remember.
It's but yeah, but like I would say it's weird to go from Twitch to Facebook, because it's like, because you're used to these weird fucking names that is fucked up, and all the bots that try to tell you to buy followers.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really understand what kind of drove. I still don't understand what drove them into the decision of that. I mean, I guess it was just like Microsoft wanted still some way to just be like, oh no to Twitch. We want to be against that. I'm like, then why the fuck did you go to Facebook? Like, I mean, come on. Then again, Mark Zuckerberg buying everything.
Is it a social media of Disney? Is it the Disney's version of social media?
I mean, pretty much. I mean, he basically bought, he bought Oculus, bought a bunch of other stuff I don't know, but yeah, I mean, it's Jesus.
So it's the internet version of Disney. Gotcha.
Could be.
Well, Disney buys up film studios. Mark buys up everything on the internet that exists. Soon you're gonna have to buy from Amazon.
Well, Google in a sense, because they kind of do their own thing on that bit.
So. Soon Facebook buys Amazon.
I don't really. That'd be pretty bad because Amazon owns Twitch, so.
It's basically Google and Facebook at this point that's fighting.
Pretty much. It's just them two going at it.
And then you have the like Amazon with Twitch in the middle, like, hi, I'm here too. I have a few stuff.
Yeah, but yeah, that's another thing I noticed. Like, I kind of just brought up the whole thing about again, I don't watch him. Obviously, I know of his existence. I don't watch the guy.
Nor do
But
I.
Dr. Disrespect getting banned on Twitch permanently, by the way. No one knows why. People have their speculation, but no one actually does know why because he hasn't made any official statements. Neither has Twitch. Apparently, he just recently got his reasoning from Twitch. Like, he just, I don't know, I think like earlier today he got his reasoning as to why.
When did he
But,
get banned?
yeah, like, Twitch told him why he got banned.
Yeah,
But,
but
he's not
when did he
disclosing
get
anything.
banned?
A few days ago, sometime during the week, I don't know.
Also permaban? I have never heard about that.
Yeah, it's apparently permanently banned.
I didn't think Twitch did that.
Apparently they do. He's apparently perma banned. And apparently they say that they are standing by their decision as for doing it. So he's probably not going to be on Twitch anymore. And the problem with that is he can't go to Mixer because it's closing.
Yeah, so I don't think he want to be on Facebook because...
I mean, there's plenty of other places he can still go. There's Hitbox, there's DLive, there's a bunch of other stuff. Yeah. Hell, if you wanted to move in with Caffeine because they're actually growing a few. Problem is, I mean, I would stream to Caffeine if they would add something to restream. Like if they would add like their platform to it too. I could go there as well. Like, why not?
Yeah. But yeah, that's an issue.
Yeah. So yeah, basically just a lot of terrible stuff. What was I gonna mention? Since we both actually have the game, you are insanely well. You're basically like way further than me at this point because I barely get a chance to play it. But
yeah, we're probably gonna play tomorrow.
Probably going to. Yeah, The Last of Us Part 2. That we mentioned that before. Obviously.
Yesterday.
Came out last weekend. Well, I mean, we mentioned it. Literally as we were starting up the stream, you were talking. Oh about yeah. But I was saying, yeah, came out last weekend, and I literally played it about an hour after it came out. The only reason why is because I had it preloaded, and then it's like, hey, there's an update available, and my freaking storage was like, nope, you don't have enough. I'm like, god damn it. I had to delete a game off my main hard drive, which wasn't really that much, and then move it.
Yeah.
Or I think I installed it to the main hard drive, so I moved it to, I don't know, I moved it to one of them. So I had to move it over to another hard drive, and I was just like, oh my god. It's so annoying.
Yeah.
So basically, yeah, anyway, did that. Play the game after like an hour. I have to ask because I don't remember if I've already asked you. Do you get any of the stiff model or T-posing going on in your game?
No, I had
like randomly in the cutscenes, like randomly the models just like stiffen up.
No, I had a part in today. I think it was like I was with the character, and he he did like his upper body just did go invincible for a half second. I mean, I expect bugs at this point because it's like.
Right. I mean, it's kind of a weird thing because I've noticed this only happens with me because, I've obviously, I've tried updating it. There is no update available, but I've looked around. I've basically been talking to different people who've gotten the game, and they have said that they have not occurred, this hasn't occurred in their playthrough, and they've beaten the thing, or, they've gone pretty far into it. And I'm like, yeah, this happens to me every time. And I've only streamed it twice so far, but still, it keeps going on.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what the?
I want to say, should we talk a little bit more about just the Jackson part in the beginning, like the tutorial area? It's kind of long, but basically the tutorial area in the game.
Meaning what part?
I mean, we could just talk about Jackson in general, like the hard, like I kind of like, because I have said this. I think the last 4 or 5 games I've played, a lot of the games I've played lately, it's been this is such a beautiful game, and that's the thing about
Oh, I love the like when you first start playing, like when you assume control of like Joel when you're on the horse, like that part immediately, because I was like, this may be on a normal PS4, which by the way, this might be my issue, but
I'm also on normal
because
PS4.
well, I know, but I'm saying like this happens. This may be one of my reasons because I'm on the normal PS4 and I don't know what everyone else is on, but there's one thing, and I also don't know if it's on my external hard drive because if it's on there, and that's the other issue, but I think it's on internal. Anyway, point is, it's like you have the game on that, and obviously I don't have a good TV, so I don't have HDR, I don't have 4K, I can't do that, but still the game looks absolutely amazing. Just right there from that intro sequence of on the horse, and it's just like the sun shining through the trees.
Yeah.
I'm just like, damn.
Yeah. Like, this is one of those games that I'm like, God damn, this is amazing.
No, I mean, it's even better because, like, I've never seen gameplay of Last of Us on the PS3. Never have I seen it. And then recently I was seeing some footage from it, and I'm like, holy crap, that looks that looks super dated now. Because, like, you see that, and then you look at the remastered version of PS4, it's like 9-day difference. And then you have part 2 versus the remastered version of the first game. Again, 9-day difference. It's like, Jesus.
But also, yeah, and then you have like,
So graphically, they've done great.
like in general, like that area, like the forest area and stuff around Jackson, like it's such a good fucking place. Like they put in details and everything like that you don't think about normally. Like they focus on the game itself instead of just the gameplay only. Like they focus on the whole structure of the game.
Right. I see. This is just, of course, with anyone listening, if you're sitting there wondering like, oh god, they better not be getting into spoilers. No, obviously we're not going to.
No, we just talk about the
Yeah, we're just talking about like
graphics.
the actual like experience
And
of
like
playing the game.
as I said, it's like in the beginning of the first
Yeah,
2
it's
minutes.
literally right there. Like
You have like
as soon as you start the game,
all you have is like one flashback to the first game.
it basically recaps to the ending of the first game, like what happened. So of course, those who haven't played the first game yet, why are you playing the second game? Go play the first one first.
Yeah,
It's
I would
very cheap,
recommend.
like $20 on the
Yeah,
PSN
and I would
store.
recommend to do that because I think to understand the story in 2, you actually have to play the first game.
I mean, you really do. I mean, of course, if you don't want to play the first one, I mean, sure, you can always go ahead and go watch somebody play it. That works too.
Yeah.
But still.
But I recommend it to play yourself.
Yeah, play it yourself because it's an experience more than it's a game just to have a story to catch up on. Like, no, it's an experience. Go play.
Also, quick question: how fast did you understand that this story is so based about the old story?
Is what?
So the Last of Us 2. How fast did you understand that it was connected with the ending of the first game?
Know.
You know,
I'm not really sure what you mean.
They're connected. I sold that like the first 10 minutes. I'm like, this has something to do with what happened in the last game.
I mean, yeah, the first like bit is about the last game because it's the recap.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about the recap. I talk about in general. Like the whole game is based around what happened in the last game.
I mean, I wouldn't really know because at the moment there's not much going on about that.
That was like the first thing that I sold was like, okay, the first thing when they were looking about over the town, when you play A the first time, and you look out over the is it the ridge? A ridge? Is it called a ridge?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Something or other.
But when they look out over over Jackson.
Yeah, I don't know, but
that is where I sold everything. I was like, okay, this is about.
I mean, I have my own theory, but at the moment, I'm not really gonna mention that, and I'm not really gonna take any other theories at the moment. Even if it's true or not, I'm not taking it because I'm just waiting to see for myself at this rate. But
yeah, but you're past the axle, so you know where I'm talking about at least.
I mean, I know what you're talking about, but
Also,
you know,
that
at the moment,
view,
there is no real much of connection at the moment.
but that view over Jackson was kind of beautiful. Also, like you see a little bit of light out there. I think you saw a bit light from the city.
Yeah, there were lights.
But it was like that's such a view. Like I wouldn't be able to stand up there myself because I'm afraid of heights.
I wouldn't really say I'm afraid of heights. It's more of just I'm aware. Obviously, everyone's aware of heights, but I'm saying like you have that awareness like, God, I'm high up. That's the feeling.
I mean,
But
how afraid are you to? How can you go without being like too worried about the height?
I haven't really tested it, like how high I'm willing to go. It's just.
So say you climb a ladder, how high? If you say you have an unlimited ladder, how high do you?
I don't really like climbing ladders.
Yeah, but if
I myself don't climb ladders because I don't trust the ladder.
Yeah, and I mean I wouldn't die. I don't like ladders either that much. More because I'm always like I'm paranoid about everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, as I said, this game's the graphic is like amazing, and the sound, like it's such good sound.
See, that is the thing. Like you go from the first game, and obviously it's great, but there's a very punchy type of sound when it comes to like everything in that bit, and also, again, it's one thing I never noticed. You picked up on it. I did not because I never really paid attention to it, mainly because I already had them. So the safes in the game, I already had the codes each and every time before I got to a safe. So it was never an issue for me. Or when I got to a safe, it's just like, hey, the code's in the building. I'll just look for it. I don't really care. I never really took time to notice. You noticed because you took the time to notice, because whatever the hell. But it literally has it to where if you go over the right number, there's going to be the click. You will hear like the click of it being correct or whatever. So it's just like, that wasn't a thing in the first game. It wasn't.
Yeah, I don't think this have that many. It didn't have that many saves either, like in this game. I feel like this game has more saves than the first game.
It's basically its main way to give you like a ton of supplies, which that probably changes as higher the difficulty they go. So
actually, I don't think that might because I got a lot. If I'm looking like I play on hard, I barely find anything, but in saves there's always like a lot. And I was like thinking that when I'm streaming right now, I'm like, how much do you gonna get on like if you play on the easiest difficulty? Like, how much are you gonna get? How much faster are you gonna progress in the game by playing the easiest?
No clue. Cause I play normal, I think.
That sounds pretty normal of you.
Pretty much is. I see no reason to go any higher.
I mean, I like playing on hard. Also, they have higher the difficulty on the clickers in this game.
I actually like the clickers in this game.
Yeah,
they're the ones I want to fight. For a very good reason, probably because in the last game you had to craft shivs. This game, you're playing as Ellie. You have her knife. That was the thing in the last game.
That is the issue. That's like, at least they made them a bit harder though. They at least made them harder to fight also in this game.
I wouldn't know. I've never.
Well, I have noticed because they are a little bit. I don't think they could detect you in the first game in the same way unless you made sound. But I think in this game they can give out ultrasound, sonic waves to find you.
That's not.
What is it?
Not the thing.
Isn't it what bats does is sonic waves?
No, that's whatever it's called. I had it in my head and I immediately forgot it.
Yeah, but the thing bats uses basically, I don't think that was in the first game. I kind of understand the good reason because like think about it, you have a shiv in that game with 3 uses. No wait, yeah, 3 was the highest you could get. And then it was like it was broken.
I mean, I like that. It's pretty nice. But I mean, honestly, it's just extremely easy to kill clickers, and I would prefer to have those over runners now, because I can just literally walk up to them like dead.
That is a
Done.
thing I have a little bit of an issue, is that you have to grab clicker or runners before you can kill them.
I mean, you don't actually have to, as long as you have a good enough thing to kill them with or whatever, because I didn't grab one of the runners and I just straight up killed it. But
yeah,
anyway.
But if you do it undetected, you have to grab them before you can stab them.
Nope, not for me.
Did you shoot them?
Nope, stabbed them. They're dead. Done.
Well, I grabbed them. Much.
Mostly you didn't need to grab them. You could just start stabbing. The only one you don't want to do that to is the new guy, which I'm not going to mention.
That
let's
guy.
leave that for everyone else. Yeah, we'll just say that there is a new infected type. I will not mention the name or what it does. That's an experience for you guys to figure out.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I
kind of about the game, like, for me, obviously, so far, story is great. Gameplay is still very good as it has been, and I see no issues.
Yeah, and then you have the people that is on the bandwagon be like, "Oh, this game is terrible." Like,
yeah, they're just like, "Oh, this game is terrible. This game is just a piece of trash because I got spoiled very early on, and therefore I hate it." Or I've seen the ending, or I've seen these parts, and I'm like, "God, it's terrible." It's just like, the ends doesn't justify the means. It doesn't justify the game. The point is that just because you see what happens doesn't mean that the experience is going to be any worse.
no.
And of course, people freaking hate one of the new characters, which won't get into who they are. But again, they hate the new characters.
I don't mind any character. Like, I mean, everything is like, I mean, from Tommy though, that I said this before. I think I mentioned just that to you, or if I said that yesterday. Like,
FFC, I think.
Yeah, that I said Tommy in the first game, he kind of was like, he was a terrible character in that game. I feel like it wasn't much about him still, but he was like a bit worse.
Well, the real reason why is because he was more of a. The thing about Tommy in the first game is that it's been years since both him or Joel have seen each other, and they had a lot of bad experience in the past. I mean, literally, Joel comments saying that the last thing that Tommy ever said to him was that he never wanted to see his face ever again. So yeah, you can get the point that Tommy was very strict when he came back because a lot of bad experiences in the past. But of course, as time goes on into the second game, years have passed, so they've definitely gotten back on track, and he's definitely better.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of have to when they live in the same town.
I mean, he's had. Well, I know, but I mean, he's had his character development.
Yeah. And this one, I have not have really that much of an issue about any character in this game, like. Except
I'm actually about to run back into him in my playthrough. I'm right there.
Except
where he is.
maybe is a little bit tired of the wolves in general. Like, God, especially the dogs.
Actually, yeah, okay, that's another thing. That's a faction that we're talking about, by the way. And yeah, they have dogs, and that's the other thing. I'm going to mention this. People, that's one of the reasons people were boycotting the game, because they said they were forced to kill the dogs. Like, you're not. You can run away from them. I mean, yeah, it's hard, it literally. But if you can stealth past it, then you don't have to deal with the dogs.
Yeah, I think I got past a few dogs, but like I was like
the first encounter with them, I got past that without having to kill any.
But yeah, you got
the first time, but I died.
I think actually, I think you're gonna have to kill dogs, but like that's in the worst case scenario. And
from what I figured out is that one of the things, again, another gameplay sort of spoil, but it's gameplay. I'm not telling you anything story spoiling. You're fine. But the thing about like one of the mechanics of the dog is that it can pick up on scent. So if you're nearby and it goes around, it can smell you. And one thing that pisses me off is that in your heightened sense mode, which is supposed to be for hearing, like audible deals to see where people are, you can see the scent trail. And I'm like, that is fucking stupid. But regardless, you see it, and the way to get them off your trail is like, throw a bottle or do something to like get them off the trail. What I've noticed is that if you go loud and everyone notices you and you try to run away, they can still follow you through that scent. But I died and it reverted me to the checkpoint right as I got to where I was. The scent was gone. So it's just like, oh, well, I dealt with that mess.
Yeah, that is a thing I noticed. That's not like just like sometimes when you say you die, it's like instead of putting you actually back at the checkpoint, they put you back in the checkpoint that you're still in the same position you died in, but you just get pushed back to where the checkpoint was. So it's not like a checkpoint. It's just that you get pushed back where the checkpoint was placed, but it's still in the same time. Because sometimes a character that normally did go where you got detected isn't there the next time, and you're like, is it a checkpoint meaning that he should be there?
It could be just like random placement, like they like those enemies in that area just like randomly spawn at one spot, or in their different spots along their waypoint path. But it's just the point that that's what kind of annoyed me a little bit also, because it's like, sure, it made things easier for me, but it's like, you never should have got rid of the scent when I died. It should have still been there. It's like, oh, hey, it's still there because you're still around. But it's like, okay, cool.
I mean, you're dead, so I don't think it needs to look for you anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically, yeah. So for those people who are like wondering if the game is even worth it, trust me, it is for the experience. It's the point to say that don't go off of what all the haters are saying at the moment. They're just annoying. They're just jerks doing whatever the hell they're doing. So, definitely go try the game for yourself, or, if you don't want to buy the game, see if one of your friends has it. Like, again, it's a PS4 thing. So, so if you got a friend who wouldn't mind, ask to share play. Literally just be like, hey, can I share play over to your console and just either like watch you do that, or let me play like a little bit of it to see if I like it. And be like, all right.
Yeah, that's
There's multiple
the thing
save files, so
also.
just like, can I go to a new save, play for like a little bit? Like, all right, go ahead.
Yeah, like, that's another thing I hate about people. Is like, oh, I watched a gameplay about this game, and that's why I don't like. Like, yeah, that's the gameplay. Like, you don't experience how it is to play it. Like, it's a different thing to play a game and a different thing to watch a game. Like me, I like watching like CS:GO videos and stuff because the people I watch is funny and the gameplay is good in a sense. But then you have like myself. I don't play the game. I don't like the game at all. I like watching it, but I don't play it. Like
yeah, I'll say I'm not gonna watch anything serious on it, but if people who are like funny to watch and everything, sure, I'll watch them play it. But if it's like a legitimate serious thing, like say like an esports thing, like
yeah,
I'm not gonna watch that.
I don't mind that either. I kind of like watching like esports stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, what I'm saying when it comes to CS:GO, because as a game itself, I care nothing about it. So if there's gonna be like a very serious gameplay going for it, I'm like, nah, I'm good.
But what game would you watch then? If you watched an esport, what would you go watch? If you have watched an esport stuff.
I'm okay with some Call of Duty. That's fine. Basically the basic stuff. I'm fine with Call of Duty. Maybe I'd watch Overwatch, but I'm not really sure.
Yeah, Overwatch League is kind of fun to watch because it's like, this is actually how good people can be.
Yeah, I mean that'd probably be kind of fun. Obviously, I'm gonna say Halo. I mean, I'd be fine watching that.
Do they even have esports in Halo?
Yeah, Halo Championship League. It's a thing. Yeah, it's a thing. People actually have tournaments and everything.
God, I have watched I've watched Dota 2 once.
Well, obviously that's a thing. It's Dota 2.
Like I watched that like a few years ago.
Yeah.
And they still have tournaments. That's like a thing.
Well, basically almost every game that can be put into a tournament's gonna have it. Yeah, I mean, again though, Don't go off of what other people say. Figure it out yourself. Figure out if you're gonna like the game yourself by finding somebody who you can share play with, or watch a little bit of non-spoiler gameplay or something. I don't know. Figure it out, because it's a good game. It's really good. And
unless you're Bethesda, that has an online game, then you can hate them either way because you know it's gonna suck.
I don't know what I'm talking about, but
Fallout 74, 76.
Oh, yeah. What was I trying to say? Again, another thing about Last of Us Part 2. The one thing I will say is that the story theme is obviously different, because it can't be the same theme from the first game. People were wanting it to be like that, to be more of an emphasis on that theme, and it's like, no, that would just become the same repetitive thing. You have to have some new to, like, literally in this case, be twisting the knife. That's like a good metaphor to go for. Just like you need someone to twist the knife to actually get like a different feel for this type of deal. I won't say the theme of the game, but I'm saying that the game is basically, it goes into the more harsher deals. So it's just like,
yeah, but also
if you
wasn't
can't handle that thing.
Yeah, and it's planned to be more emotional than the last game, so that's also a thing. And therefore, yes and no, I would say for my part.
There were some parts that, yeah, of course, were a little, but I'm just saying it's just like, I was like,
I mean, it kind of, some stuff is too expectable. Like yeah, this I expected this to happen.
Yeah.
That's why I like. That's the thing. People say, yeah, we want the same kind of story. Like, here's the thing. This is basically, in my opinion, like the first game, story-wise, but it's like just a different way to tell a story, and they switched the theme of the story.
I wouldn't
but
really
it's like,
say the story is any bit like the first. I mean, there is, the bits that mirror, obviously, because that's every sequel's like that. There's going to be parallels between the first and second, but to me, it's not really much of any of the same. It's a whole new entity that's going crazy.
I mean, I can maybe notice it more because I played like The Last of Us like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, I mean, you're further into it, you get the point, but so far what I've gone through, it's not really the same. It's all different. But
well, most part is because it's like the same thing, like the part about, because I have felt like if the first game is more about the outbreak and stuff, but this game is, the outbreak is 10 years. The first game plays out 10 years after the outbreak, right?
20.
20, yeah. And then you have this game that is
it's like 5 years, I think.
5 to 6 years. Like I'm not sure. I think
it's like 4 to 6 years, somewhere in there, but it's somewhere around there. It's pretty much, higher up. Basically, the easiest thing to say is Ella's an adult, so
wait, how many years did the first game play out? Was it 2 years or 1 year? Because when I read the wiki, it says she's 13 in the first game.
She's and 14 in the first game.
13 in the beginning, then.
She was 14 at the end of the game, and so yeah. So yes. She's like 19 in the second, then it's been 5 years.
So basically, it's been like 6 years from she meeting Joel to now.
I thought she was 14 the entire time. I never remember her.
It must have been that her birthday. Wait, didn't they mention her birthday in the game? Actually, once.
In the second game. Well, I don't know, not the first one, but the second.
But didn't she get the comics in the first game? Was that because of her birthday?
No. No, you just got him. Took him from Bill.
Also, I need to play the Left Behind, by the way.
Have you not?
Nope.
Why not? Come on, dude, it's right there.
I know.
Come on, you have the remastered version. Just freaking play it.
That's like me. That's like an issue with me. I don't play DLCs in general. I'm terrible at that.
It's like less than one stream. Like for me, it took like I beat Last of Us and then I played Left Behind in the same stream.
Well, good for you. Want a cookie?
No, I'm saying that it wouldn't take you long to beat it. So then you just move on. Anyway, yeah, so trying to be saying, good game. Go check it out.
Go play golf.
Don't be a jerk. Don't play golf.
Play golf.
No. I don't really have any issues with golf. It's just the fact that he, for some reason, says it out of nowhere, like, golf. I'm like, I don't know why. You got issues.
It's golf.
My point exactly.
So yeah. About which I'm gonna play actually golf with your friends on Tuesday.
Good for you. Yeah, but what else was I gonna get into? Oh yeah. So another big thing that kind of happened between the last episode and this one is a lot of the next gen stuff being announced and everything, which I have still seen nothing on the PS5. I haven't seen any of it yet, so I don't have much to say in that regard.
Nor do I. I don't really care right now. I can't buy it either way.
I mean, I'm gonna buy the Xbox first, and then maybe a few months down the line buy the PS5.
You could buy me the 5. Wink, wink.
No.
Aww.
It's just I have no real use for it. The PS5 at first. I mean, there's a few games I'd want that are coming out on it, but other than that, it's like I don't really need it. And I don't know, just it's funny seeing a lot of the stuff that's like going back and forth. I mean, of course, you have the people again who are just being the, oh, my plastic box is better than yours. Oh, that old stupid crap. And I'm like, can you guys just like shut up and just notice, hey, we're getting 2 really good consoles for the next gen. Who cares which is better?
I wonder if this is the last gen for PlayStation also. Like Xbox did, it's gonna be like a while before they do an actual probably next generation for a few. Because like, but I feel like they can't really make a, if they make a new generation like 6-7 years again, people are gonna be like, why?
Around that. I mean, it'd be fine if they did, if it just takes longer. I don't see any issues.
But the issue I have with they making PlayStation 5 is that they basically recently released PlayStation 4 Pro that is meant to be enhanced.
The Pro was made like a year or 2 after.
Is it? No, it's not that. I have a hat on my head now.
I was saying the PS4 Pro was like released maybe a year or 2 after the first one, or the first PS4, and that was like 2014. 2014, 13, somewhere around there. I think it was 2013, because yeah, I think so. I'm not sure. 14 or 13, one of the two. It came out around then. So yeah, been quite a bit since we've had a next generation for these 2 consoles, and well, hey, I'd say it's doing pretty good. Watching some game, I mean, I've seen gameplay trailers for the Xbox, like for the Series X, because I watched like half of the reveal, or like gameplay reveals, and then afterwards I stopped. But it's just like, okay, that looks great. But enough developers are still not really. The real thing is that people are like making fun of it, being like, the game, like these consoles are still haven't run games at 30 FPS, and I'm like, that's the developers, that's not the console. That has nothing to do with the console.
Yeah, I think PlayStation can run, the PlayStation 4 can actually run 60 if they decided to.
Both can. Xbox and PS4 can run 60.
Yeah,
it's just that they're not wanting to.
Yeah, but that's because it's like if they try that, it's probably gonna get more bugged than they want to.
It's the point that for some reason people are crazy about the resolution more than they are about the FPS. Like most of the devs, it's like, oh, if it's 4K, we need to put it down to 30 because it wouldn't flesh out very well or whatever. I'm like, You don't know that. Have you tried? I mean, how? Freaking, for example, Halo 5, terrible game, but this example works, can run at 4K 60. I'm pretty sure. So, what was that? So, if a freaking game can run at 4K 60, or at the very least, just like quite a bit, I mean, come on.
Yeah, but also remember, Halo 5 sucks.
A120.
Remember, if Halo... See, that's why Halo 5 sucks. They focus more on those 4K 60 frames than the gameplay.
They focus more... Well, yeah. It was the 60 frames, like, static engine that they were trying to work on. Like, oh, this engine will make it where it run at 60 frames all the time. Which the issue there is that they had to take out split screen, because it was like, oh, you can't have split screen in the game anymore, because when you do that, it goes down to 30. And I'm like, who cares? You guys are jerks for taking the split screen out.
But Infinite is coming, is the next game, right? Or whatever it was called.
Yeah, Infinite. And they're thinking of, I mean, of course, a while back they mentioned that they would, that they learned the mistake of taking out split screen because a lot of people got pissed about it. So they'll put it back in, but that was a while ago, so I don't know how it's going to go now. They did make a new announcement about it, about a certain enemy type getting brought in. That'd be fun.
Yay. Still no gameplay, I'm guessing?
No. None yet. Which, honestly, I'm not really caring about. A lot of people do care, like, where's the gameplay? We want to see how the game plays, because they're like, oh, they're so worried about how the game's going to be, because that, which, in a way, they have a right to, because Halo 5.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
But that's the issue, is like, if you do, like, one mistake, I think we talked about this on Destiny 2, like, we talked about this, so like, if you make one mistake, that's gonna follow you to the next game, like, and people's gonna be worried that you make the same mistake again and not learn from it.
Too, though, it's a service. It's a game as a service, so that one can just be changed up as the game progresses. But something like Halo 5 or whatever else, it's static. It just stays that way no matter what. You can't change its gameplay because it's already there. So there's nothing you can do. Changing unless
you are actually Destiny and take away the most important part of the game.
Again, game as a service. They kind of do that, which is still terrible, but that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
There's the other thing. So another
Bungie sucks.
We've known that. So, well, they've sucked now. It's the point that pretty much all the good ones left to go to 343. But as I was saying, the other thing that basically has happened since then is Destiny has announced its new expansion, Beyond Light, which is coming out September. Issue there is that because it's taken up so much space is their reasoning, which true it is, but there are ways to get around that. They're like, oh, we'll just take away all the beginning planets of the game, meaning the base campaign, Curse of Osiris, and Warmind will be wiped. So you can't play those. Meaning any new people who tries to play the game, you can't play it.
Like, you're gonna have to
play. So if anyone wants to think about getting into Destiny, get into it before September. Because
and also you're gonna have, unless they actually release Forsaken for free, as they should if they're gonna do this.
Well, Forsaken has nothing to do with the other places, but I still doubt it.
Yeah, but Forsaken still has to do with it's the next story after Warmind, so.
I know, but they're probably not going to.
Yeah, and that's the issue. Then people that doesn't have money is not going to be able to play the game properly.
No, they can still play the game. They just can't play any of the story.
And
they can do anything from the events, like the season events. They can do all those, no problem. Doesn't require any purchasing, unless you're going to do the specific event things that require the season pass. So there's that little bit of money.
Yeah.
Which is way less than the other bits, so you can do that.
I think I just bought 4 season pass, by the way, when you buy the deluxe edition.
Yeah, you'll buy. I think it buys the next one, but yeah, I'm not. I don't really want a season pass. I don't know, but
But I think I get that when I bought the deluxe edition, because it was like, it says that you get access to 12 to, no, not 12, 13 to, what season are we on?
I think we're on 13. I'm not too sure about that though. It could be on 14. I don't remember.
Yeah, well, the next 4 seasons.
Mm.
So yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of hyped because I think because if it's what I think it is, the new kind of subclass that's gonna be added is gonna be taken, basically. So.
Well, it's called stasis.
Yeah, well, but I think it's gonna be like taken looking, and I'm gonna be like, God, I want taken damage. I like taken.
I'm pretty sure it's not really taken based. I mean, it doesn't really look too much like that. It has its own kind of look.
I mean, Wither Horde is taken. That's my favorite gun right now. Until they nerf it, and it's gonna be terrible.
I mean, the updates already came out, and then give it another one. We'll see. They'll definitely nerf it, trust me. But
yeah.
I'm trying to say, yeah. So again, that's an issue. But one of the things they could do, I've mentioned this many times, but one of the ways they could actually go around this from deleting destinations, like taking away to where you can't play it until they put it back, because the way they're doing it is it's an archive. So they throw all those into an archive, and then it obviously lowers your installation, because it lowers the space that it installs. But again, you have that, and the issue there is that you could just have it to where you can choose what you want to take out. So say you're done with these certain planets, or, well, really they're not planets, they're moons mostly. So it's just like, if you want, you can just select them and then just take them out. So, like, select them, hit like an uninstall, and it makes those destinations unavailable to you until you install them again, and it lowers your installation.
Isn't there like only 3 planets in Destiny?
Earth, Mars,
Mercury. Holy fuck, there's only 3 planets?
Yeah, there's gonna be a 4th planet because
no, it's gonna be 2 planets again, because they're gonna take away Mars and Mercury.
No, the new one.
Yeah, but Mars and Mercury, isn't they getting removed?
No, yeah, good point. Good point. But still.
So the 4th planet is gonna be added. It's gonna be the 2nd planet added, because they removed the other 2. Also, that I don't understand. They remove 4 pieces and add 2. I'm like, that sounds like, why don't you just take, but if it's the least used areas you want to remove, why don't you just remove the 2 lowest? Like, say, I think Titan and
that's what they're removing.
Yeah, but they're removing 4 planets, not 2.
They're removing Io. They're removing Io, Titan, Mars, Mercury.
Yeah.
Those don't get used very much. They rarely ever get used. That's why they're taking them out.
I like Mars. No, not Mars. Mercury. I like that place.
Yeah, they're still taking out. They're taking out all those because no one ever visits them. Titan, I'm okay with it. They take out. Of course, it affects the original story because you have to go there. But still, I don't like it.
But yeah, that's what as you said. It's better to like make them like make it that you can remove them. Like if say, but after you have, of course, you have to do Red War first, because very, in my opinion, very important
apparently
story.
Warmind itself is 5 gigs. So say you beat Warmind, you can uninstall that as the expansion, and there's your 5 gigs gone. Because I mean, in the actual game, the thing is that it's not the expansions that you have as DLC when you buy them. Those are not the space being taken up, because those are like megabytes.
Which planet is Warmind on?
Warmind? That's Mars. But that's like 5 gigs.
They should keep Mars just for use, so they can keep one storyline. They need to keep one planet if they can, like.
I don't know. They're just taking it all out for dumb reasons. I mean, I don't know.
Wait,
I don't
oh no, wait,
really. I don't really
we're
care if
gonna
the
lose.
population is much bigger.
Fuck,
I
we're
mean,
not
hell, look at
losing failsafe. God fucking damn it.
We're not losing failsafe. I'm okay with that because I like failsafe.
I don't. She's a cunt.
Everyone is for you.
Well, you see, does that mean oh yeah, I sat debating with Matt about this when we were playing Destiny. It was like, is Carlos now gonna have change from being the Leviathan raid to the new raid or no?
No.
Because his storyline is based around the Leviathan, but because the Leviathan gets taken out.
Because he has no use for Vault of Glass. And I don't know what the other raid's gonna be.
It's useless.
I mean, not every raid goes to the obviously the Leviathan, because there are a few raids. There's like 3 raids on the Leviathan. But
4 raids?
3.
I thought it was 4. There's like, you have 3 small ones, and then you have the Leviathan raid itself. There's like the Eaters.
You only have 2 small ones, but then you have, you know, the Eater of Worlds is the main, I think. I don't know, but
I thought the one that was just called the Leviathan was the main.
No, it has a subtitle, I think. Anyway, you have all that, and what is it?
Now, also here comes the second question: how are they gonna do with the trophies on PlayStation and achievements on Xbox?
Like, probably still gonna be there. It's probably just gonna be one of those. You get it now, or you're gonna have to wait until you can get access again.
Yeah, and that's gonna be dumb. Like for me, because I'm gonna have to do the Leviathan raid.
Well, I already said that's what we're gonna be doing.
Yeah, I know
we are gonna do the Leviathan raid once we get a chance. Yeah. Again, we only need 1 person. Pretty sure.
Yeah, you said you had 2 friends, and then we have Matt, you have me. We're 5 people right now.
Yeah, we need 1 more person, and then we can play the raids. Mainly just Leviathan thinks that's the one that's going away, but the other ones are pretty good. I've only played 2 of them, obviously. I've only played Leviathan and Scourge of Winter.
I think I have to do... No, is it Scourge of Winter? Or... I think I had... No, I don't have a raid. I have to do a lot of Nightfall strikes right now. On my Hunter.
Yeah. But yeah. So that's the thing. They're deleting stuff and they're doing it terribly.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. Like, at least not... unless they would have done it, like, in a sense that it's like you can do Red War anyways. But the plan is, like, not available to travel to until you have done... If you start the mission, the planets exist, but when you're done with, like, Red War, they're not available to travel to anymore.
Yeah, but that require installing the space right back and then deleting it when you're done, which
is so much better.
Too much work.
It'd
still be a little bit. Yeah, but like I wouldn't prefer the way I mentioned. That'd be extremely better than having to fetch from their service just to download it, and then when you're done with it, it deletes it again. Like, again, they're not really thinking. I don't think they are. There's a lot of ways to do better.
And again, also because if the new players, it's not gonna get experience, and also because of, as I said, Forsaken cost money. New people is not gonna wanna play the game if they don't have an actual story. Some people actually want to play. I mean, the only reason I started playing Destiny was because Nexus was like, oh, I found this game I wanna play, and I'm like, okay, I can join. I have it.
I didn't really find the game I want to play. I just mentioned that it was something I wanted to get back into because I was looking back a lot of my old videos and I saw, you know, the original Destiny, and I'm like, oh, I'd actually like to replay that game. And you mentioned you had it. I'm like, well, screw it, let's go for it. And we've been going ever since.
Yeah, and that was like, was that last year or this year? Did we start it this year? Last?
I don't remember.
Let me check. I think I'm... Nope, I'm not on yours. How do I get to your channel? Why are your channel terrible?
I
I don't know.
Thanks, Cricket.
Okay, see here, scrolling.
I mean, it's a playlist, so if you just look at my playlists, you know, I'm right here. I can just look.
4 moms.
I can't really check. Well, like I said, if you just go to the playlist, you'll see it.
7 months ago. Yeah, that's the beginning. Yeah, it's over. We started last year.
Yeah.
7 months
What a way
ago.
to go.
So basically in the end of December or in the beginning of December, we started with Destiny. Was that around when we started with the Halo stuff?
I don't remember. No.
No.
Well, again, it's another playlist, so if you can look.
So we started Destiny.
Pretty sure we started Destiny first, and later we did Halo because you know you had to get your Xbox.
Yeah, I don't know.
The Xbox.
Yeah. 5 months ago. So we have played Halo this year. We started 5 months ago.
It really sucks that your controller had to break the way it did because, again, ODST is one of my favorites. Like, probably, again, the favorite of all time. And I'm like, we have to wait like another month.
And yeah, then we started, and then 2 months ago we started with Destiny 2.
Yeah.
With the issue that something happened. It was the time when we did the tutorial and my PlayStation stuff.
Oh, right. When the yeah, when we tried playing Destiny 2 for the first time together, and for some reason his PlayStation his account just switched over to where his PlayStation was the primary. So because of that, I didn't receive his PlayStation Plus, which meant we could not play together. So it's like, So
and then we played the event in the middle of everything, and then we played Warmind.
Yeah.
And then we did Forsaken. And then last time we did Shadowkeep. And I think we need at least one more episode with Shadowkeep.
One should do it. It depends on how these essences are gonna do with us, because again, it's very fetch questy.
Yeah, and then we have to hunt down every goddamn person.
Oh, well, that's the thing. When you go take down a nightmare, you get an essence out of it. That's its point. You get an essence once you take one down.
Yeah.
And then you work on that to get the armor piece. Or gear, I should say, because you also get guns.
I already got the sniper rifle that we got from the mission.
Yeah, I got that.
So the sniper rifle is the best thing to use against nightmares or something? Is that it?
I mean, no, I wouldn't say it is. It's there.
Huh.
You can get whatever you want. The real question is, what are we going to play in the meantime as a replacement of Halo? Because we can't do anything Xbox related because your controller, so that's out of the question.
Well, you still have The Last of Us probably gonna do, and we have Ocarina of Time to do.
Which I've been wanting to get back to, however, I still need a glitch behind the king. Which at one point, me and you can just jump in at, off stream and just continuously keep trying, but there's something.
I mean, someone succeeded twice.
Yes, I know.
Not mentioning any names, of course.
I know, don't remind me.
What? Are you feeling hit? I didn't mention any name.
Yeah, but there's a giant implication, and also we both heavily know who was the culprit in this case.
So yeah, I think a month ago. We have not played in a month.
Yeah, I really want to get back to it because it was like really fun.
But yeah, Ocarina is definitely on our because that, I mean, at the moment the only reason we have not basically played it, at least the last 2 times, is because of The Last of Us.
Yeah. And
I would say because normally when like what we have done basically is like on Wednesday Thursdays is we play Destiny. Then on the Thursday to Friday we mostly play Ocarina of Time because it's fun as fuck and we just mess around a lot.
For sure, it's just basically a lot of just messing around, doing whatever.
Mostly because already no, it's not messing around. It's you sitting checking on your phone trying to figure out where stuff is, and me running around like a fucking moron trying to figure out.
I'm still running around trying to do stuff too.
Yeah, say that to you like 1 hour standing still watching your phone.
Yeah, that 1 hour watching my phone was mainly glitch hunting.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how to glitch.
And how did that go?
And I found one that works great.
And how did that go?
For some stupid reason, the dang inputs want to be kind of a jerk, and instead of blowing up the bomb chew in front of me, it just releases it. I'm like, it pisses me off. I can't do it because it keeps like just flying out. I'm like, we'll figure it out later.
Yeah.
That's that.
But that's also the thing. Like for now, we're probably gonna have to, because I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I probably gonna get it next month, hopefully, unless I don't get paid. And then I can't do much about that. So yeah.
Well, there's that, and
then we could also start with one of my games because
Your games are boring.
Well, so is Halo. Your point?
Yeah, touche. But at least you have some fun just playing it. Probably not for the game's sake, but just to do something. And in this case, they're just games that like have a complete boredom sake for me.
I mean, Diablo 3 is like it's kind of slow at a certain point, but that's the only one I've chosen this far because, not gonna lie, I don't find a lot of it's if I'm forcing you to play Black Ops 3. No.
I won't be installing that anytime soon on PlayStation.
Yeah, it's like, for me, it's 150 or something, I think.
I mean, it is. That's the point I'm not doing it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the issue, is like, we don't have like a lot. Even if I have I have 500 games, I don't have a lot of story games. What happened with the...
There's that, and I have, there's other stuff, but there's problems with that, because again, computer-wise, we don't really have much on there, considering every time you try to stream some computer-wise, we're having issues.
Yeah.
So, lovely. Could always try to get back into Pokemon. That's one.
Yeah, but that one is like... And then we have the Sky Factory stuff to do still. We did one episode.
We started that. We did one episode and we just abandoned it. So Sky Factory 4, that's another.
Yeah. And then we have the new thing we plan to do also with the new Minecraft update.
Yeah, but...
I mean, it's gonna be hard to just survive in the Nether because I've noticed something. There's evil pigs in there. Quite literally.
Yeah, you don't say. I've already seen plenty.
I mean, Pigman was like fine, and then they added piglins, and you're like, why are you trying to kill me? I just walked past here. I'm a peaceful man trying to take down your goat. Oh wait, you want your goat? Here, have some goat.
Yeah. Not too many other games, sadly.
Yeah. As I mentioned, also like we played Halo yesterday, we should do some Left 4 Dead also, so just for the sake of it, because that was a long time ago.
We could, but I'm not really sure what we'd play on it. I don't want to play the main story because it's boring as hell.
I mean, all the main. I mean, I think there's like one good main
I'd say the Left 4
story.
Dead 2 main story is boring as hell for me.
Yeah.
The ones in the first game weren't all that bad. I played through them all.
But yeah, I mean, if we find something, we could try to do the Resident Evil one again. Did we come pretty far on that one, and then something happened and we died?
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't even know where we were.
I think
I don't remember if we got to the garden house or not.
I don't think so. I think we were doing some other stuff. Yeah. I mean,
there's some other stuff I'd actually really like to do. I mean, I don't know why. For some reason, I do actually want to do this. At some point, I actually really want to play freaking. I mean, you mentioned, of course, like Diablo, and it made me think of it again. I'm like, why is it for some reason I actually do want to stream World of Warcraft one day? Even though it's like, it's just me running around doing stupid stuff because, you know, I'm not very good. This is going to be like one of those like people who are really good at the game. It's just like, new character, going through, doing whatever.
Yeah, and then you have like, oh, do you know what? I should try to stream Warcraft 3. I actually have that on disc.
You should really just try to get World of Warcraft on your computer.
I have discs on that too. What's your point?
Okay, put it on. I mean, you don't really need the discs, but you could do it.
I think
you require
yeah, but like
Battle.net.
Are you gonna force me to play Warcraft now? World of Warcraft now too? Jeez.
Maybe.
And then also we have Soul Worker to do also.
Yeah, that was another thing. Which me, it just like started getting to a hard point, and also you kept wanting to go back to the same damn missions over and over again, and I'm like, just move on to the other ones. I don't care if we're at low level. Go. I don't want repetitiveness.
No, it's not that. I think like, and then you have like the part where you had to go back because someone couldn't do this. Like you get so locked because you had to do everything.
And then for some reason, when me and you were both on the same mission, out of nowhere, it's just like, oh hey, we have for some reason one of us is like much higher level than the other person. Like how? We were doing the same thing.
Did I?
We're both killing plenty. Yeah, I think like you got a higher level than me because for some reason.
Yeah, and I also tried the new character that came out. That capped you directly at like level 60 or something in the game. So that wasn't that. What? Did you lag out?
Nope. Sorry.
Huh. But yeah, like the newest character that I played was like they forced you up to level 15 or something, like really high level early on.
See, that's one thing about World of Warcraft. When you pick a what is it called, Death Knight? That's what they are.
I don't know.
They're called Death Knights. It's the like the servants, the Lich King. But yeah, it's basically, it just forces you up to like level 50 immediately because you're supposed to be extremely powerful at that point. Which I don't think you can do in the starter edition of the game because it's starter edition. The point of the game is that you go from, you know, your level 1 all the way to level 20, and 20 is your cap, and you have to pay the subscription to go higher.
Yeah.
Which is perfectly fine by me because 20 takes a while. So, all good with me. That'd definitely be a way to go.
Yeah, the issue
also, still waiting on freaking True to start D&D one day.
Oh yeah, we have that to do. That was like last year.
Yeah.
That was like.
The thing is, I've actually, that one time, only time I've ever played D&D was just that little tutorial thing he put us through.
Yeah.
And
You
I
did
had
good.
quite a bit of fun with that.
And you
Actually,
died.
Yeah, gee, I wonder why. But
Yeah, I wonder why too.
yeah, I never should have revived you.
But the best part was when I one-shotted the big guy with like 40 health. And you're like, and everybody's like, but what?
Hey, it can't be like me where I put like natural at 24s, I think. I don't remember what it was, or
Yeah,
I
like,
don't know. It was like I kept going like to the max. And it was like there's this guy who's like directly in front of me. I have a bow, and it just like I had like the highest you can get a couple of times. Like I rolled, it's like Drew's just sitting there like, okay, go and roll. I roll, and I'm like, okay, well you just disintegrated. You just tore that guy's head off, basically. Like, yeah, with a bow. Just arrow like straight through, basically, because it's like, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, did you ever get the GOG bundle that was free for a while back, like last week, I think? It was a
Probably not.
Yeah, it was 3 games, Eye of the Beholder, and it's like a D&D based game where AD&D.
You never heard of...
It's a really fun game. I threw knives at people. Literally, I just threw knives because the game is from like on like the SNES. This is on the Super Nintendo, and I'm like, so how do you fight people? And when I figured out I can throw my knives, I'm like, okay, throw knives at them.
Well, this isn't like Castlevania with a freaking chain. Or in this case, Bloodstain, but I don't know, at some point that guy has got to freaking start up the campaign. I mean, I get we all are going through a bunch of random stuff, but come on. Someday.
And I mean, what isn't a better point to start a D&D thing, but now, when the Earth is like going under?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he really has like any schedule constraints. I do because I have work, but we could do it weekly or something, like do like at time or sometimes during a week or every other week. I don't care. Just freaking have a meetup deal, or not meetup. Just have like a get online start. We all have Tabletop Simulator, and I'm sure that's how we'd be playing it.
No, I think we were gonna do it the way we got trained to do it.
I think you just set it up for the quick train because he set our character sheets and everything up on Tabletop Simulator, so.
Like yeah, but that was the plan first. But then he said that he had another way, and that was the way we played. And he he told you that he was it was like meant to be like what's it called? He was training to use that program because he didn't know it.
Well, it's whichever way. I don't really care, but still, one day, something to do. At this point, that's all we're basically talking about during this little bit. Is like, oh, what we're gonna do in the future since somebody's controller decided to break. Which I'm sure that time in Minecraft Dungeons didn't help.
Yeah, that pissed me off. It's gonna be good. Oh, we can finally finish off Minecraft Dungeons.
I mean, you do know next week they're releasing the next DLC and a free dungeon.
So basically, we're gonna have MC Dungeons to do again.
Mm-hmm. That we are. If somebody can get a damn controller good. Yep. We have something to do there. I mean, of course, we have to buy the DLC because it's part of the Hero Pass. Or just the DLC.
I don't tell.
I mean, it's not very much. It's like $10 for the pass, so it's like,
Well, I don't have it, so.
Well, I don't either. I was just saying that it's not that much. You can buy it, whenever we are going to play it, so all good there.
Here was the thing, though, fun fact. I was gonna buy an Xbox controller this month, but I knew my controller was perfect, and then this it's like the definition of destiny. Because ironically, the reason I can't buy a new controller was because
that's
I
the
bought.
definition of karma.
No,
Or
is
like...
my Destiny was basically because I bought Destiny Beyond Light. My controller was like, I'm gonna break now, and I'm like, huh.
Well, again, I'm pretty sure MC Dungeons didn't help, because for anybody who didn't watch the end of that one, yeah, he had a lot of drift problems, which got him mad enough to basically, I would imagine, hit his controller against his desk or bed or whatever the hell you hit it against.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure beating up a controller does not fix a controller.
No, let's beat up other. Yeah, let's beat up people instead. That's so much better.
I think it would be better just buy a punching bag, buddy.
But they don't scream when you hit it.
Not if it has a voice box.
Yeah, but that sounds like that's more digital. I like it. You know what? Do you know why I buy the physical copies?
Alright, this is getting too weird.
Like, physical is always better.
I'm not even gonna. Game-wise, yes. What you're talking about, I'm not even gonna get into it. There it is again. The freaking humming thing's back.
That's
not a hum.
Like, that's a hum. If anything.
Yeah, but that's not what I mean by humming. Like, you know, static.
Yeah, that's static. Humming and static is
Do I need to show you what humming sounds like? Like, you know, a electrical humming?
Well, you see, I'm not an audiophile.
You don't need to be an audiophile to know what it is.
Yes, I mean, I'm not a nerd. Actually, wait, I'm a nerd.
Yeah, but I say you are a nerd. You're part of this podcast.
Guys, I'm under threat. I am forced to be. Just like playing Halo, I'm forced to play it.
I mean, you're the one who got the Xbox, and in reality, at any point that you would want to stop, you can always just cancel the, or like, you know, whatever you have for your, like,
I have Ultimate because, you know, it's in the end cheaper and I get a lot more games for it.
Well, I mean, technically you don't, because you don't use the PC part of it, so you don't.
Yeah, but it's still cheaper in the end, because I can.
Yes, but all I was saying is that if you just got the normal Game Pass or got Ultimate, then if you got the normal one,
I don't get gold.
The Xbox anyway. Yeah, you don't get gold, but I'm saying you still get your games. But on, you know, when you're saying you get more games by getting Ultimate, not exactly.
I mean, technically I do. I get all the games on
You get
PC also.
Well, they're available, but you're not able. You don't use them.
I need to actually finish Superhot on my PC.
I need to probably uninstall a few things on my PC. I have Outer Worlds installed from the Game Pass thing, and I'm like, I don't even play it. Like, I'd rather play it on Xbox, but yeah.
Here's another thing.
Switch version.
Here's another thing I hate about people. Here's the thing about people I hate when they say, "Oh, but you should get it on PC. It's so much better." Like, maybe graphic-wise, but some games.
It's better. It's better depending on your PC. That's the issue.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, they're saying you should get on PC. It's like, if you have a good PC, like say if you had a high-end PC and you have the console and people were telling you to get it on PC, like that much makes sense, because like, you know, you could definitely run it and it'd be fine unless the game is terribly optimized, which a lot of games are. There's always those games where it's like it should run great, but it runs absolutely terrible because the developer did something terrible to it.
Yeah.
But still, yeah.
But also, it's like some games are meant to be like, if you play a racing game, I'd rather actually buy it on the console itself. I don't really care about the graphic. I don't want to be struggling about needing to plug in my controller every time to play the game. So I'd rather play like a racing game on my console because.
Well, that depends on if you have.
Fuck steering with the fucking controller. Or keyboard.
You can always get Bluetooth on your computer.
Yeah,
Then
but that
do it that
costs
way.
money, and you know.
Not that much money. It's like $15 maybe.
Then
So
you
maybe get
buy
more.
it to me.
No.
Exactly.
The shipping would cost a fortune alone. Now, I
No.
need to buy a new Bluetooth adapter because mine is an older one, so it's not as good.
Yeah. And also, I don't
Really?
trust Bluetooth when it comes to certain things. Like if it's behind my, because especially not if it's a for the controller. I want a direct connection between the console and, preferably a direct connection.
I would much rather have the maneuverability other than having to have the cable keep getting like, you know,
I actually have
snugged
an
or whatever.
on my PlayStation 3. I have a cable controller. It's a really long cable, so it doesn't actually get stuck in the same way. So it's like
I mean, that's
good.
fine if it's a very long cable, but still, I'd much rather have wireless.
The face is wireless.
I mean, if the game has good enough, or the controller has good enough latency, it's fine.
Yeah. But yeah. Future, we have had fun. Oh, talk about the future. Are you getting Cyberpunk?
Possibly. It looks good, so I probably will.
Are you gonna pre-order it or not? Or are you gonna wait
Probably not.
until... I'm probably gonna pre-order it, unless they don't have a still a book. Then I may be like, I can wait a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's the only reason I pre-order stuff like often is
But
because I
get the
want
point
the
in that
special
bit,
edition. I
It can't be
one
as
day
bad as me.
wanna buy.
I bought a collector's edition for a limited run game. Like, you know what those are?
Yeah, I know.
It's for anyone who doesn't know, it's the limited run games is basically it's limited physical copies, which they have they have two different things. They have the LRG, which like a limited run game, and like they have their lineup, which is they're obviously limited. You get them during the pre-order period, or you don't get them again, unless they do it again at one point. But regardless, it's again very limited. So you get it or you don't.
Yeah.
And basically, they turn any game that was only digital, and they make physical copies of it. So they'll do that. And they also have other games where publishers will just like give it to them, like, oh hey, can you make these for us? Which those most of the time aren't limited. You can just get them whenever. But anyway, I bought a collector's edition recently for a game.
Was it that one
And
you were debating on a while back? Like was it that like a month
there
or
were a
two?
few of them I was debating on. There was a Star Wars one I was really wanting, and I was about to get it, but then the sale ran out, and I'm like, God dang it! Like I was literally about to buy it. I was waiting on that paycheck, and as soon as I got it, I went to the website. I was like, okay, I want to buy it, and it sold out.
And you're like,
Damn it!
God damn.
I hated it because I was like, The thing about me is that it was Star Wars Dark Forces, which is a Doom clone. I love Doom, the classic Doom. I love it, and it's Star Wars, and I was like, that'd be great. And I missed it. I have it now because I got the whole collection of Star Wars like on computer, so I have the game, but I don't have the physical copy. So damn. And it came with a steelbook, and I was like, ooh. Oh well.
Oh
So that's
my
out of the
god.
question. But no, I got a game that it's my folks are probably gonna think like, why the hell would you buy that?
So nothing new then.
Let's just say it's a visual novel. It's a visual novel game. It's what I bought for a collector's edition of. Yeah, but yeah, I bought it like a month or two ago. I don't remember when I bought it. It was quite a bit ago. I bought it, and I had to wait for it because you had to wait like 2 to 3 months for it to be manufactured and shipped out. So, yep.
So you're gonna maybe forget about the game, and then when it comes, you're gonna be like, "Wait, did I buy it?"
Well, I know I bought the damn thing.
But it's gonna be like you're gonna probably forget it until you get like a message about like, "Hey, your thing is on the way," and you're like, "Wait, I forgot about it.
No, I wouldn't be like that. It's been in the back of my mind for a while, so I don't know. I'll be like, oh, finally. But now, let me see when I actually bought the thing.
But yeah, I prefer like a lot of those like, because I have 3 different still cases or still books right now. One of which is from Pokemon Ultra Moon. And that I think was the normal version. Like that was what you got if you pre-ordered the game.
Yeah.
So,
know where this was. I don't think it was this far back.
I don't know.
I just know I had a screenshot somewhere.
You thought you had a screenshot, but you didn't have a screenshot. Now you said.
No, I know I still have it, but oh, here it is. Bought it in May 27th. So yeah, it's been 1 month. So basically next month or the month after is when I'll get it. That's limited production for you. Basically, you spend the money and they use that to make it or make all their copies, and then they send it out.
Yeah.
Woohoo. I would buy more from that place, but there's no other games that interest me enough.
Their Wilds has a sale. It is on PlayStation. The Wilds was having.
Right. I mean, I'm saying like physical wise. I mean, yeah, there was the Outer Wilds, but I don't think the game was worth it. I mean, I already have it on Xbox, and I'm like, I don't really think there's a point to get physical for that game. But nah.
But yeah, I mostly just buy it for this case.
Yeah, I mean.
But with The Last of Us, I got an art book. That's also the reason. I like when I get like an art book or something.
I actually have that digitally. I have the digital version of it.
Yeah, I think you got that. Like, that was a pre-order you got either way. Or did you buy the deluxe edition?
I got the deluxe. It was in the deluxe edition, so I got it for. I got the art, and I also got
I have the physical copy.
The soundtrack. Yeah, I'm okay with the digital. It's fine, but I also have the soundtrack, which it's a weird way they have that. You download the app, like you download an app that has the soundtrack in it, and it's just a media player with like animated backgrounds, like just the animated backgrounds of Last of Us, like different areas in the game, and then there's a way to download the music, which you have to plug in like a flash drive or something USB for it to download the music to.
Yeah, I have I have what other game? I'm just gonna go check that right now. I have a game, another game that I have the music for my console. Like on the. Yeah, I got the Art of Horizon Zero Dawn. And I bought that.
Pretty sure I do too. Because I think it literally came on mine.
Yeah, I think you got when you bought Horizon Zero Dawn. Wasn't it you that? Wait, have you still figured out if you got the digital copy also or the disc?
I don't know. It's just. I don't know. I mean, the version I have installed is the disc version, so it will always have that. But I don't know if in my library there is a digital version. Because I've looked around, I don't see it, but it's like, it literally told me when I put in that redeemed code, it said, full game, Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm like, wait, what? Like, why'd you say full game? It's like, I don't know
so
anymore.
You still don't know if you have the game or not as a digital?
Yeah, as a digital.
Yeah, and here's the thing, if you have it digital, that can take up more space than the physical one, and that's an issue.
Yeah. I mean, not by much, but yeah.
It depends on the game. If it's a big game, I have noted that sometimes they remove just like 10 gigabytes from a big game. I don't. I remember I got some other music for a game. I think it was Sword Art Online. I got the.
That's one thing that I'm actually glad about when it comes to my Switch, is that if you get a physical copy, it just downloads the update, and obviously you have the game on the cartridge, not an issue. But in a way, I don't really care because I have a 128 gig SD card in there, so it's like I got plenty of space to download stuff on there. I just need more games to get. I don't have many games. I was looking through my games today. I'm like, I really need more games for this thing.
Oh yeah.
Just so I can have some to play.
Sword Art Online. I have music for also. Hollow Realization.
Yeah, I think that's available on Steam right now for me.
And I have the behind the scene for Death Stranding.
Not bad. Yeah, that itch.io bundle I downloaded has a ton of different soundtracks, but they're indie games. And that's not saying that they're gonna be bad soundtracks, just I haven't heard a lot of them, so I don't know. So I don't know if they'd even be good of getting. But they're there, if I ever want them.
Yay, music!
Yay, more music, which is perfectly fine by me, because I'm a music aficionado.
I'm gonna tell you something interesting today. I have not had any drop frames today.
There's a giant shocker.
I still like. Yeah, we have had like last time we like every time we have done this lately, it's been like I have had drop frame and I'm like, what is dropping? What the fuck can you drop? It's a picture. Like yeah, this picture, you understand? It's a little bit, it's moving in such a slow pace that it doesn't get caught.
Also, fun fact, we were mentioning music. Because you were, here's the thing, you were playing it, and I was actually watching people play it because I'm like, I really like their playthrough of it because they make a lot of funny jokes with it. So I'm like, okay, I want to watch their playthrough. I did fall asleep through it, so damn it. But I'm not listening to the soundtrack for the Ace Attorney trilogy games, just because, yeah, I was still in the mood of it. So during this entire stream, I've been listening to the soundtrack of the 3 games.
My soundtrack. God, I'm not listening to it because I watch a lawyer series while I'm playing it normally.
I mean, honestly, it is wow. I mean, honestly, the thing about it is that the music is great. The music is seriously good. I mean, very catchy tunes, especially the whatever cross-examination stuff. Whenever you get to that, the music for it in every game is great. It takes a different tone shift each game. Like each game has its own tone. It's like the first one is, upbeat and everything. So you're like this, the rookie lawyer and everything. And then the second game gets into a bit of a somber shift, and third, I don't actually know what to call that one. It goes all over the place. Or no. The second one has a tone of urgency, is what I would say.
Yeah.
But yeah, so great games, which is funny now that you're playing them, or at least you're playing the first one.
Yeah, I mean I have all 3, but
yeah.
I'm like this. I preferably play all the games in a series, unless it's like. I mean, I kind of want to say, like, if you play Ace Attorney, I think it's kind of important to understand what is happening in at least the first game. Then I don't think it's as important to play the rest of the games.
I don't say you need to play the rest of the games. You definitely want to play them in that order. They all have callbacks, but
yeah, I feel like the first game is like the most important to play either way first, because of the first or episode 2 in that series at least.
Well, I'd say Apollo Justice. It's the 4th one in the series, but you don't necessarily need to play any of the other ones. The only ones that would work is it has a character from episode 5 of the first game, but that one's actually a DLC or like an expansion episode. It wasn't even included in the first copy of the game, so it was included later. So in reality, it's just like you don't necessarily need it to get the story, just background info. I don't know about the other 2 games, the 5 and 6, because I haven't played them yet, but I got them. Got the other 3.
So when I'm gonna start streaming Ace Attorney?
Never. It's just games I'm playing.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I'm like, I'm not gonna stream this. I'm gonna just play this and watch.
It's a great game to stream, in my opinion. But at the same time, it's like, for me, the first 4 episodes got spoiled because, again, the playthrough I just mentioned of that I like watching, I watched it first before I played the games, before I even got the games.
That's the thing.
I got the trilogy.
That's why I don't watch.
I watched it, and it's because, like, again, it was really funny because I saw like the remix I sent you. I watched that at one point. I'm like, what the fuck?
And then you watch the fact, and then you play the
like,
game.
I'll just watch it a little bit, and then I was like, oh my god, this game is great. And I was debating really hard, should I buy the game, even though I've already seen the first 4 episodes of it, and I'm like, yes. And I'm like,
wasn't it on sale? Wasn't that the issue? Wasn't that a thing also that it was on sale?
Yeah, it was on sale, and I was like in an urgent deal. I'm like, I need to know if I need to buy this, and I bought it because it was like $12, I think.
And then you like spent like I'm not kidding. I think it was the week you were off from work also.
I don't remember. It was a while ago that I got the game, but I got it, and I was like, yeah.
Basically,
if I remember correct, here, I actually have my Switch next to me. I will tell you how many hours I spent in this game. It's not bad. Let's see. Go to my page. I spent 65 hours or more in the entire Ace Attorney trilogy.
Is that how long the game takes to complete fully? Like
you can take a lot less time. It just a lot of the times I had the game just sitting there for a little bit, or
like a toilet break or something, and you were like, you're leaving.
Just like, I have to let it sitting there, or I think it still counts. I mean, obviously, if you have the game paused and you're going off, because the Switch itself tells you how many hours the game is open. So there's that, and what else? Basically, I got lost a few times because areas you go into, you can get kind of lost.
Yeah, I've noticed. This is noticeable that it's an old game because you sit there playing the game.
I mean, I didn't really care too much about it because
But here's the thing: like an old game, you can notice that they don't give you anything information on where you need to go. It's like
that's the thing I like. I mean, I love that about older games.
Yeah, that's why Zelda is
handhelding. I hate the whole. In a way, I do appreciate where they give you like a quest marker or something, but at the same time, it's like I hate when at times when it's like, hey, go over here. I'm like, don't tell me that. I want to figure out on my own. I want to know this.
Yeah, only time you don't really need a quest marker is when you play like like The Last of Us that has a linear storyline, and basically you can't get lost, because if you do,
if you do get lost. I'll say this, when it comes to Last of Us though, I mean, if you stay stuck in an area for long enough, it'll give you a hint. Like,
yeah,
would just. And I'm like, all right, whatever. I've gotten stuck a couple times in this game in Last of Us 2. At one point, I'm like, where am I going? And then I look over and I'm like,
have you been like searching for items in an area, and then you get the hint, but I'm like, I know where I need to go. I'm just actually collecting resources.
I don't want to go.
I'm just collecting stuff, so because I need this. Also, I have noticed something, like I don't make that much certain stuff. I don't make a lot of, and then I'm randomly sitting there full with like I think rags once, and I'm like, I can't make health packs because I have 3 of them. So I started making Molotovs when I can, because I don't need using health packs that often.
I mean, you definitely need Molotovs late game or later in the game.
I think so too.
I mean, you need them especially against a new enemy type because it's a one-hit kill, basically.
Yeah, and like, if you use a bomb, it's a 2-hit kill.
Yeah. Well, it's mainly one hit. You may have to shoot it just a little bit, but other than that, it's basically done for. If you throw a Molotov at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but again, with Ace Attorney, it still is very long games. It's just that, to me, I still feel like it's way worth it. I mean,
yeah,
it's really worth it in that case for me. And again, I'm still playing it. I'm on the 4th game now. I had to get it on the DS. And then the other 2 games on the 3DS, which all 3 of those are on like Android. Like you can get them on your phone, but $15 a pop? No thanks.
Is the 4th game $15?
On Android phone, yeah. Like the 4th, 5th, and 6th, they're all 15 each.
That's a lot.
Like, I can go to a retro store and spend. I mean, it'd be fine if it was at the retro store and like if I went there and I got it on the DS for that much. Like, oh yeah, it makes sense. Physical copy of it, that's all good. But it's like if you're gonna be spending 15 on all that, like no, not on the phone. Also, it has updated visuals because on the DS copy it has and Game Boy Advance it's pixel art. It's not like how it looks like on the trilogy. Like it's all pixel art instead. So on the phone, I think it has the updated look too.
Quick thing. She started a call again.
I can't tell, but someone needs to turn that phone off.
I just seen on the phone and say being kicked out, then touched it again. Oh god. So for people wondering, we are in our group chat. We think someone is sleeping and accidentally calling the group.
Yeah, and that's a group chat of 10 people, by the way. So, it's a full group chat. It's kind of funny, like that. I don't know why it just reminded me of the joke. I don't know why it's just that joke where somebody tried telling Discord. They're like, "Hey, why don't you increase the 10, like the limit of group chat members from 10 like 15?" And they're just like, "That's a server." Like Discord replies like, "That's a server."
But is it really? Because a server can be 3 people too.
Yeah, but still. How much do I even have in mind? Actual people. They don't have to be active because we only have like 2 active people. 3 if we count evil. I'm not that active in the server anymore. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 20, maybe 21, because there's the person who has like no name, but yeah. But that's okay, I guess.
Did she see the message? No, I don't think. I think she is sleeping in the car. Oh no!
Just gotta join that and just like yell.
Oh, don't worry, that doesn't work.
What if she was wearing earphones though? Like she's wearing earphones, you just like start yelling and just like.
No, she doesn't wake up. She doesn't wake up. I've been sitting talking and she doesn't even wake up. Me talking.
Hey, trust me, I know the feeling.
Who?
I mean, I've been in the calls with her. Remember though, or actually, no, I've been around in that case when she's fallen asleep, and also when it comes to you, same thing.
Wait, did I fall asleep once? Yeah, I think so.
Yes. Yeah, when we were watching DBZA, we were watching it, and
yeah, that was like
I tried waking you up. Like I was seeing if I could wake you up, and I was like, I'll just watch the remainder of this episode.
Ouch! I'll hit my head.
Yeah, I was like, I'll just watch the remainder of this episode and then just get off. And then right when you woke up at the end, and I'm like, yeah, you fell asleep.
By the way, have you ever had this feeling like you have been like resting your eyes, and it feels like it's been hours?
Yeah, that does happen.
And then you check the clock and it's like been 10 minutes and you're like, huh? This doesn't make sense.
And I'm one of those people who can like think in their head for like the longest time. Like there's some people who have to like go do a lot of stuff to or whatever to pass the time, which me it's like on a mood. Like I either need something to listen to pass time, or I can literally just sit there thinking for like 30 minutes to an hour, and I'm just like thinking for a long time. I look at the clock, I'm like, huh, it's been an hour. Okay.
Hey, wait, I know a way to try. I'm gonna try something.
Jeez. But yeah.
I'm just gonna spam a few messages. See?
Oh, I saw way more.
So I wrote just me 5 times to see if they wake it up. You know, the power of meep is very strong.
Oh, sure.
Meep!
Okay. How long ago?
2:20.
Seriously? Was that?
That's it. Yeah, I felt this. I'm not gonna lie. When we talked about the Last of Us, it felt like we talked way longer.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about quite a bit for that, but it's like, again, 2:20, like, what? I thought it was at least like nearing 3. Like nearing 3 hours. Which it kind of is. I mean, we have 40 minutes left, but.
Yeah. And I'm
we're talking about
dying. How's
I mean,
the heat?
The thing is, for us, the 3 hours are maximum. It's not the.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's like the furthest that we can go. It's the furthest that we want to go. But it's not like, we have to hit it every time. We try to, but if at any point we're just like, nothing to talk about, we just end off at that point. Not saying it will happen this time, but it can.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen because we have too much to talk about because, we happen to disappear a bit sometimes.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't really have much to talk about. What do I have to talk about?
Golf. We can talk about golf.
No one wants to talk about golf.
I want to talk about the golf.
At some point, I actually have to probably get up and do some because one of my dogs is actually kind of sick, so I have to keep taking him out. Like, yeah.
Aw.
So I kind of take him out a lot. Or
Take
should have been, but yeah. So after this is over, I have to go take him outside, just to be sure.
My wallet could stick to my head.
What?
My wallet.
Yes.
I'm not tired. Yeah, it can stick to my head.
Okay.
Wanna know the issue? It's warm. Or it's hot. It's fuck here right now.
Just a pansy.
30 degrees is not fucking small, okay?
Well, I'm saying we get it almost all the damn time, so I'm saying.
Yeah, that's the thing. You get it all the time. We should not even get 20 degrees.
Yeah, but you complain. The thing is, you complaining about 20 is just the worst part.
Yeah, for you people, but we live in a different
well, I
place.
know, but I'm saying that doesn't really excuse it.
Yes, because
That's
it's still warm.
That's like trying to say if someone goes up to Canada or something, they say like it's extremely cold, they're just gonna sit there and laugh at you, like, yeah, that's what you get for living, down south or wherever you live, like, whatever.
I prefer the cold. Here's the thing why I hate the heat.
Cold too, but I'm just saying that people are still gonna make fun of you for it.
But I can't understand how people can say, "Oh, it's better when it's warm." Like, why? How? But if it's warm,
I don't see how.
No, because this is many people's reasoning is like when it's cold, you can basically put on a lot of clothes, and you get warm. You can fix the cold, but the heat you are limited to. Like, it's not like you can go down to.
When it comes cold, you can put on a jacket, you can cover up, you can do whatever, or you can turn up the heat, which does not take long. You can hell, if you're outside or something, have a little campfire. I don't know, freaking something, or if you have a fireplace. Definitely different ways for you to easily heat up when it's cold. No issue. When it's hot, it takes a long time to cool down. Even if you have a good AC, it still takes a long time.
Yeah, and even so, even if it's like
hell, I sleep with a fan on high, right at my face. It's literally right there. Just like when I go to sleep. Or it's like just right there on me, and it's still, and I'm basically
I have an AC on all day. And I can't barely fuck
electricity.
Yeah, but I have to because otherwise it gets too hot.
I'm just saying that again, I'll still wake up in like pouring sweat because of how hot it'll get, even with like a fan on and everything. I mean, I don't like it either, but that's the thing.
Yeah.
Besides that, summer, what should we expect?
Yeah, and then people are like, "Oh, you can't complain." Like, yeah, we can complain because the heat is still stupid. Because, and then you got to come and say like, "Oh, heat is so much better." Like, no, no. I want to say this: 10 degrees is often good. That's a good thing. That's a good heat. Like, it's not too cold, it's not too warm.
Hold on a minute. I'm just going to convert that real quick because I need to know how terrible.
Oh yeah, forget you're American. Stupid Fahrenheit number.
Well, not my fault that I had to go with it.
No, it's your government's fault that they are dumb enough to not learn. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like 10 degrees is perfect weather.
No,
like,
it's not warm. No, that is cold weather.
10 degrees is not 50s. Cold.
Well, it's in the 50s for us. I'm just saying it's not. That's so cold.
And now you call me a fucking complain about 20 degrees being hot, and you complain about 10. Oh my god!
I'm not complaining about it.
Yes, you did. You just complain.
No, I'm saying that that's not warm. That's in the cooler region, which for me is fine because I'm fine with it being 50 degrees. I prefer it would be that. But I'm saying.
But that's like a no. That's for me. I would say that's like a middle point. Like it's not too warm. It's not too cold. It's like a perfect. I found a 4 GB fucking SD card.
Alright. Random aside. But no, I'm just saying that's not how that works.
I don't even know what is on that SD card. I think there's like. Yeah, I think there's a mobile SD card. So.
Oh, still 50. That's just.
That's a good weather.
I mean, how we have freaking. What is it on right now? I think it's like 65 in here, which would be 25. No, not 25.
No, 25 is. Because 74 is 20.
Hold on. Let me do this.
Oh god, this is Americans 18. Like 18, yeah. That's too hot for me too. Mostly because because I sleep on the day and I have the sun on my window. Like when I go to bed. Like that's.
So do I. I have a black curtain so it absorbs all the heat.
Yeah, same. Yeah. We're so smart people, don't you agree?
Yeah. But also, you have to remember, I live in a trailer. It's literally heat insulation. And what I mean by that is literally, if heat gets into here, or if it gets cold in here, it's going to turn it, like, much more than what it actually is. Because it just absorbs all into it. It's a freaking tuna can.
I think my room does the same thing. Because I'm always, like, I close my room fully all the time. Because I hate having open doors. So the warmth is actually staying in here. It's actually warmer than it should be. But you know, I'm a moron. Well, actually I'm a smart guy, but I'm a dumb guy. I'm a smart dumb guy.
Okay.
We need to watch Dumbo.
Nah. I'm not really much a fan of Disney movies.
I mean, the classics are good. They're mostly good.
Yeah, there's some that are okay, but the rest I'm kind of meh. I don't really see them as that good.
Well, you're uncultured piece of shit.
No, I'm pretty cultured, buddy. It's just I don't really care too much.
I don't know about that. When
Kind
you
of just
watch
seem
Dragon
kinda
Ball Z and all you do is complain 20 fucking times, and I'm like, do you actually like the show or not? Because it seems all
See,
you do is
this is the
complain.
thing. This is the thing. When you could, the thing about being a fan of something is that you're able to complain about it. When you say you're a fan of something, you there's no such thing as a perfect show, and nothing you can ever perceive will be that. If you think that, you're not really a true fan because you're not paying attention. Being a fan means you are like hyper focusing on every little detail because it is that interesting to know, even if it's something terrible, it's something to know. So yeah, I notice freaking everything that goes on, and also it's an age thing, okay? I mean, the freaking show came out a while ago to the point to where the voice acting is pretty subpar.
But yeah, I think, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like, if you watch like old Disney
even the sub was
movies,
still the same way, but at least that's still pretty good. Which I'll get to watching the sub at a later date, but for now I'm just going back to the dub. Pretty sure the next time I will watch sub all the way through. Got some stuff I want to go for with that. I'm gonna have a fun time with this one.
yeah.
I'm just constantly rewatching the show. Because I mean, I'm watching it in a different way because the thing about, I don't know if it did it anywhere else in the world, but the American release is that they got a different person to do the soundtrack. I mean, you had the normal score, which was basically, I guess, everywhere else, and then they got someone else to do the soundtrack for in America, and everyone grew up with that soundtrack. And now they can't put that in anything else. So, Funimation, when they're streaming it, they can only stream their original score. So it's basically like, yeah, for me who grew up with the other music, it's quite a change of pace. There's just a lot of silence in areas because that one person didn't like silence, apparently. He always put music somewhere.
Yeah, but you still complain a lot.
That's a good bad thing. Yeah, I can complain a lot if I want to.
Are you gonna be a little bitch?
The show I like to watch. Says the bitch who's complaining about me complaining.
Yeah, but now you're complaining about me complaining about you complaining.
Not really. I'm telling you how it is.
Yeah, we're just bitches.
Okay, I said there wasn't. Well, I was about to say this isn't something that I would perceive as perfect, but it's something that I have really hard times complaining about. That'd be Tron.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Okay, that's another one actually. Yeah, Tron's one. I can't really find much to complain about because it's just like, yeah, I like the movie quite a bit. Well, both. Mainly, I'm a fan of the second one, but yeah, still.
Here's what I feel like is. Do you know what what can take down a series or something for me? Especially something with like a good and bad side is that like if they make the bad guy like no just not evil but like just a terrible character, it's kind of take down the stuff for me. And that's a thing a lot of or not just anime, like a lot of stuff does, is that they make a bad guy that is like just overly bad.
I mean, it's not necessarily I mean, I don't know. It's just the way they do stuff. I mean, you can either have like a super evil person or someone who's trying to be, but then of course you just have the plain old antagonist. Like it's just a try, just like I'm against the main person, but whatever.
I mean, here's the thing, like Heathcliff from SEO, like he's a perfect bad guy. Like he's not. You don't really. You just see how he's thinking and everything. But then you have Sugo in fuck, what is it called? Holy fuck, what is Arc 2 called?
Very nice.
Right, paradigms. And it's like he's just plain of evil. Like he doesn't really have a plan or anything. He's just straight evil. And that's the kind of like
the thing about his character is that his is like the opposite end of the evil spectrum. You have the Heathcliff evil, which is just like, it's more of a like a no, I was about to say demented, but it's more of a like mastermind type of evil. Like that's his sort of area. But with Sugo, it's more of a like psychotic sort of
but
crazy evil, but more of also the point of his character is for you to hate him. That is his purpose.
And I don't like that they do just focus on that too much.
For you to hate him. I mean, that's the thing about it. That's what shows that it is. To me, I still think he is a good character because his purpose is to be hated. Surely, yes, I do hate him, but that's his purpose, to be hated. That's why they wrote him.
Yeah, but I hate him not because of that really. I hate him because they kind of again, I don't like when they do that, they purposely make a character hateful because it makes it bad in general. Like that's why I don't enjoy Arc 2. That's like
I don't enjoy Arc 2 because it's a terrible arc.
That too, but like I mean, you have the stepsister that knows that she's not the stepsister, and it's just a clusterfuck in the end. I mean, that's like a 8-year-old anime, okay?
Yeah, but again, it's a cousin, and honestly, in a lot of places, it is legal to marry a cousin or your first cousin.
They are not even cousins, are they? They aren't even related. They are. Oh,
they're cousins. You didn't know that?
I don't focus on. This is how much I care about her.
Yeah, they're cousins.
I mean, here's the thing. I can't ignore Kirito, of course, because main character of the series. Can't easily ignore him.
I mean, we can call him a cheater because that's all he is, but
No, he's a beater.
No, because once the second game came around, he was just a cheater.
Yeah. I mean, he literally got into a place where he was not allowed to. And he was admin locked. Just saying.
We're going for hours on that one. We have gone on for hours about that.
I don't know.
Out, what episode was that? I don't know what episode it was.
I think it's like every first 5 episodes. One of those.
Well, yeah, we did the reviews, but I mean the full recap episode where we just went like at the end.
I think that was the first recap. Yeah, that was the first episode we did when Alicization came out. So that was like the first episode with the SAO. So the moment you find that we talk about SAO, that's when the first episode with SAO in it is the episode with all the...
first episode is the one with SAO in it, though.
Then it is the first episode. We complain about like the...
I remember us talking about the...
Then it's maybe... I don't remember. Oh, that could be then... Is that when we started talking about season 2?
Season 3? I don't remember what it was, but...
But yeah, but when season 2 of Alicization came out, oh, you're talking about that? Because that would be like...
No.
That would be 8 or 10 or 9 then if we did a recap on that one. But yeah. I remember complaining about Cornella also.
Yeah.
She's definitely a fucking character that was not that good written either. In general, like...
Yeah, that was one of those just like evil for the sake of being evil.
And then it's not only that, it's like she just sit there. We sit literally like 6 episodes of the... It's like nothing. And you're like, can we just not do Dragon Ball right now?
What?
I mean, dragging out the...
Okay. Rephrase. Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball didn't do it. Dragon Ball Z did it. So
I think Dragon Ball did it too.
Not really. They actually got stuff done in that one. Every character had a purpose in the original. The Z was like 2 characters had a purpose. Or 3. And everyone else just like...
It's like Goku, Vegeta or whatever he is.
Goku, Vegeta, and Gohan, they were the only ones. And then later on, Gohan got scrapped, which sucks, but you know.
And then Frieza gets in as the bad guy.
I mean,
like
you know,
the bad,
like
you have the bad guy being the main point. That's the guy that is, good. Well, it's the.
Well, yeah,
you have
this
like.
is a great film.
Yeah, I have only watched
So.
the Dragon Ball Z abridged, so, and as far as I understand, like, there's also a character that can be likable because it's like a character that's like good written, like.
Well, he's a, what would you call it? Chaotic neutral. I don't remember what it was. It's basically he has a.
He doesn't really have. He just want to fuck around.
He doesn't. He does sort of. I mean, it's basically he doesn't destroy for the sake of destroying or you know doing anything like that. It's more of just I don't know. Don't get in his way. That kind of thing. I don't know. Plus, he's like a very charismatic character. Like the actual one is obviously what I'm talking about, not the abridged one, which you know he is too, but still, like the big thing. But it's not fully evil, so it's just like there's actual depth to the character. That's the point. You want character depth when you make one. Quinella, in this case, has none. She has no depth. There's nothing to her.
Yeah,
oh,
she's
hey,
like.
she was raised as a normal. The only thing you get is a tiny bit of backstory. It's like, oh, hey, she was raised normally, but then she wanted to increase her power and she became an admin. Boom, boom, done. It's like, just what?
Like what? Huh?
Like okay.
She just basically like lost every. She was like a good normal kid that then wanted power. That just sounds like every fucking person ever in history. Like
that just sounds like a like the power hungry cliche.
yeah, like
Everyone is.
she was born poor, then she wanted power to fight for her people, and then she became insane, and then she wanted power even more. Like it's nothing new. It's like basically, wasn't it to save someone at first? Like I think whatever she wanted to save someone, then she got the power, and then she wanted more power, and people were like, "Good job, you."
There's a bunch of random bits on that, but I don't know. It's just the thing about when it comes to
At least,
again.
At least Poe has a fucking good character. God fucking damn, I love him. Prince of Hell.
Yeah. What was I gonna mention?
You need to finish the last whatever episode you're on.
I have not.
It's a month left, boy.
The show just kind of like lost my interest at that point. I was just like, whatever. I just like lost all interest because it just wasn't really that grand to me.
I mean, I like SEO, like, but here's the thing: last like episode was good because it was like, yes, he's coming back and he knows what he's doing. Yes.
I don't know.
So I can spoil to you the ending of SEO then, Alicization, season 2.
No.
You're gonna watch this?
Maybe not. I'm going to watch it. It just probably no time soon. It's the point that it just became one of those things that were put on the back burner to be just sitting there for the longest time because at the same time it's just like a meh thing for me.
But yeah,
but
I'm so fucking happy for the next season. Yeah.
Again, it's fallen out of favor.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of hyped for the new season because like
the thing that really gets annoying for me, I mean, in a way this one's actually started bringing it back, but it's the stakes. That's the thing. I mean, every show needs its stakes. You can't just have a character or something going on where it's just like it's always destined for them to win, to beat, to just like go on without no consequence. It's like That was the thing about the first arc is consequence. That is its main like deal there is consequence. But as it kept going on, it just kept going the whole, oh, this happened. Like, yeah, there's some consequence, but at the same time, it's like just throw it out. Like, you know, you'll win. Like,
And then you have like here's the thing, like allegation, like that's a good like SEO first Sword Art Online, like the first season. Arc 1, yes, that's a perfect arc because it was like at least something happened. Like you said, it has a consequence if something happens. Allegation basically have the same idea. That was like the good part, I think. It's like they brought back like because of the ice stuff, like if you try to break the law, stuff happens. Like it was the fucking weirdest stuff.
I'll be honest, when it came down to it, it could be because of the way I was at the time, but the first arc felt more like it had the depression mood, or like that. So it's like
I don't think there was an, or
I feel like
I think the second season of Allegation had no arcs. It was just one arc, and then the second arc is basically part 2 now of what.
I know, but I'm just saying like the first arc of the actual show, like the full on season 1. I'm saying that was kind of its deal. Well, I guess full on season 1 was kind of that, but it less so in the second arc. But yeah, still, it's just
no. Second arc was just like, oh, I'm gonna just go save a lady.
Well, I'm saying it still had that sort of feeling in the beginning, but as it progressed, it got just.
I was never a big fan of Fatal Bullet either. No, not Fatal Bullet. Phantom Bullet. Like I was not a big fan of that arc either.
I definitely was. I only was okay with one part, and was the part that people apparently hated quite a bit. Which I'm like, I'm okay with it.
Which one?
I mean, that would be all the stuff involving Xenon, but everything else is like,
I'm not the biggest fan of Sinon.
It's not the way you said that, but.
Sinon.
Different ways to go. Regardless.
And
I mean,
actually,
that's again, it's about how.
Actually, I'm rephrasing this now. Wait, I'm not a big fan of the anime version or the game version actually, but the novel version of Sinon is way better. I feel like
I'm not at that point yet. I'm still at the beginning of that book.
Yeah, I need to finish Mother Rosario.
I need to freaking get going because I haven't.
We both are stuck.
I'm still like Phantom Bowling. I'm at the first book of Phantom Bullet. I haven't got.
Isn't it only one book, or is it 2 books?
It's 2. There's 2 books, I think.
Yeah, and then I need to. Here's the thing: why I think one reason I stopped was because of accusation. Like I didn't want to read too far. But also,
it's still perfectly okay reading all of them before the anime actually comes around, because at that point I have something to base it on. Because in a way, that's one good thing about, for those who would want to say read the manga and then see the anime. It's like, because in a way it's kind of like that, but another way it's kind of ruining. Because
I was reading a manga is bad. Reading a novel is better.
I wouldn't say it's bad. Well, I'm so fine reading a manga. I have no problem with it. I'm perfectly okay with it because I like it. It's the official most of the time. It's the official story. So it's like read that and you get much better info than you would in the show. Like say Full Metal Alchemist, for example. A lot in there. Quite a bit. And I don't know, it's just like you read that and then you go to the show, it's like some things are just they really do not translate well in an adaptation in any way. Like you can't make it better in an anime or a movie or whatever. It's only good in manga form. And then there are some things that like a manga will just skip over or doesn't have it in it. Anime adds it in, which could be filler or it could just be a little bit of flavor. And it's like, yeah, I mean, good or bad. Usually filler's terrible, but I mean.
That's why I think I enjoy like the OG Full Metal Alchemist a lot because of it's not being a full.
Well, it's 98% filler.
Yeah, and I feel like at least it made it its own. But yeah, that's also a thing. Like it's made it its own story then, because it wasn't nothing to base it off.
That's fine. It's just that, to me, the story itself, Brotherhood was better of. It's not the fact that it's not meant to be original, because in a sense it still is its original story, because it's an adaptation. It's meant to be a mirror. It's not meant to be off into its own area, because at that point it's like, why? The only way it would be that way is if you take the Dragon Ball Super route, which the way they do it is that you have the original creator, who created the show beforehand, like the manga and everything. You have him. He writes down his own notes of like how the arcs are going to go, and like puts down the base designs of the characters and everything. And he gives them to two teams. He gives them to Toei, who does the anime adaptation, and he gives them to the manga artist, and then they have their adaptation. Like, they have two separate ways to take the same story. Like, it's the exact same story, but they'll write in their own way.
So why?
Like, I don't know. It's weird, but it's at the same time, it's like there's stuff in the manga version that's like actually much better than the anime, and then there's stuff in the anime that's much better than the manga. But it's like, it's just, they go two separate ways to tell the same story, because it's like they get the same notes, they get all the same notes about what's going to happen, but they take it in a different way.
Kind of actually an interesting way of going into something like.
Yeah.
I mean, I get that.
You get different stories, because I mean, that's the thing. Like with what you said, I mean, for some people, it's like if you've already seen the show or if already read the book, it's like you don't really want to do the other, because it's like you already know it. There's probably no good fun of it. With this, it's like it's two separate things. So you're getting two separate stories in the same story, like two different ways to take it.
I think that's the thing about. No, here's the thing. If you read a book is different though. That you can read because it's a lot more information.
Same manga. I mean, you know.
Yeah, but a general book is often more information than a movie.
Well, right, because a movie is only 2 hours. But I'm saying if you turn a book into a TV show, in the sense, because then you could fit in almost everything.
Yeah.
You can fit everything in a book.
Unless you do Game of Thrones.
Yeah, that's a different story. They just
I don't know how the fuck they fuck up a series I've
never seen it, and I've never read it, and I don't plan to, because honestly, I just don't see the point in it. But I've heard all the talk of that last episode, or the last season, really, and everybody was just hating the hell out of it.
I don't mind it. I thought it was okay as it is, but like, what I don't know, the issue I had is like there was no books for like season 3 or 4. Like there was no books.
Pretty sure those are filler seasons, is that right? Because in a way, they had to write side by side. You know, you have what was the name?
Yeah.
George R. R. Martin.
Yeah.
And you got him, and then you got the people making the show, HBO. You got them just going side by side. Like,
but by talking about the films and or rather series coming from books, Percy Jackson, what do you think?
That would be great if they turned it into a series.
They are gonna do that.
I wouldn't know. I never heard of anything.
Disney.
I'm saying
Rick sold it to Disney. That stuff.
Let's hope it goes good, because again, Disney.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like
when Lucasfilm sold Star Wars.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I think he didn't sell. They had all the rights. I think he sold it enough to. He's like, I have the right to review and still have a say in this. If you're gonna do it, because I don't think he was that dumb.
And that's the way it should be. I mean, don't just fully sell off and have.
No that was control. I think he. But I understood. Like, that's what he did with the movie. That what he did with the movie. Was he sold it off fully, and didn't have anything to do with it, and that was the issue.
The first movie was still great. Like, it was still a very good movie, even if it didn't get everything from the book. It was still very good.
But yeah, and
second
again,
movie comes around and they freaking combine 3 books into one, and it's like, why?
It's like they take away a lot of it, and I'm like, why?
I mean, you missed a whole lot of good stuff. I mean, how are you gonna? That's the thing I don't understand. They are gonna do the reboot, or soft reboot, I should say, but it's like, why? For anyone who hasn't seen Sea of Monsters or never read the books of Percy Jackson, I'll just say this: here's this bit of spoiler. I'm not even gonna put on the spoiler tag because screw it. The freaking movie's been out for years. If you haven't seen it, whatever.
I almost think it's like 10 to 11 years old, if not more.
Basically, it's just that in the second movie, they combine elements from the second one, which it's supposed to be the second book only, but then they have little bits of the third one, which don't go too far into it. But the fourth one, the whole thing about battling Kronos, that doesn't happen until the fourth one. He does not come back until the fourth one. And they brought that into the second movie, and I'm like, what are you doing? And of course, they're like, oh, he might come back, because da-da-da. And like, the prophecy could be about some other person. I'm like, oh, fucking hell. I mean, yes,
2013.
In the second. I mean, yeah, he learns about the prophecy in the second book, but it's not the point. And then, you have Talia in the third book, and I'm just like, what are they going to do about it? Because they're going to introduce 2 new characters, which have a pivotal point in the next couple ones. And then you got my favorite joke ever, which is, having to enjoy the damn fries and the damn burgers and all that. The joke is they're at it like a dam, like a water dam, and there's like restaurants or whatever, and they're just talking about it. Like they literally put in the book, DAM fries and all that, and they're just making it a joke, and I'm like, good God. For a young adult series, that's great. Or teen series, I guess.
But yeah,
that's a good way to go. But I don't know, you just have that, and it's just like, don't ruin this. If they're gonna be making this series, don't freaking ruin it.
I don't think they can. I have doubts because I don't trust Disney with series.
I'm happy that they canceled the idea of making a Last of Us movie, and instead they're gonna make a Last of Us show. That is the better choice.
Are they gonna make an original series or a?
I think it's a retelling.
So it's gonna be a retelling of the first game.
I think. I'm not too sure about that, but I think it's a retelling or it's the time between. I don't know. I think it's a retelling, but
hopefully we can get more backstory about the characters then. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's a retelling and it's a TV show, so you have ton to go with, and of course Neil Druckmann, the director on the game, and I guess like a few staff of the writers will be helping. They'll be helping out as well. They'll be involved.
Is it a live action or an animated version?
Live action.
Ooh, that makes it interesting.
There are already people who are petitioning to go for it. I forgot who they're wanting to get as Joel. I forgot his name. The Troy's is like trying to suggest somebody. There's one person I would like that, a bunch of other people have suggested. I'm like, that'd be great for Ellie. And it's the actor who I can't really. Well, okay, you know what? It's not much of a spoil because again, game's been out for a little while, Uncharted 4. But for anyone who don't know, obviously you have Nathan Drake and shit, what's her name? The person he's with, crap.
I don't
Do you
know.
remember that one? I don't know why. I just immediately forgot her name.
How's it going in life for you otherwise?
I guess whatever. Their daughter, like the person who voice acts their daughter, is like really good at pulling. Like actually looks like a young Ellie, and actually is like has a very good voice for it. Like to me, I was actually fooled to thinking that was Ashley Johnson, the voice actor for her. It's like I thought that actually was her, and like no, this is some other person. Like oh, then I realized that's who it is.
Yeah.
There's like some TV show that she's in that actually really shows it, and it's like she has all the mannerisms down. She has a voice that would work perfectly, and she really looks like it. She's in her 20s, I think, but still, it works because older people have played younger characters plenty of times. It works very well.
Yeah.
So she should definitely be in there. I mean, I don't know. For people who would you want to be casted?
I mean, anyone could. I mean, if you want like someone that could she who plays Arya Stark would be a fit also, because even if she doesn't exactly look, she's a good playing like a badass kid character. She did that for like the whole series. So
I don't know if I would want her being. I mean, she could show up as someone else, but not as Ellie. It wouldn't work. Not for me.
I wonder who's gonna, if they're gonna do a retelling, I wonder who's gonna play like Joel's child.
I mean, I don't know if they're gonna go into depth. They might like start immediately into the outbreak, and go as a flashback from that. But I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna work. Because again, the story's not really there yet, or like what's gonna be about. They're in the casting stage.
So how many seasons do you think they're gonna have to do? Like, because I don't think they can do
it's
one.
It's an HBO series, so I don't know.
God damn it! Then I have to get HBO to get the latter.
You could try to get HBO Max, because I'm sure it'll be on there.
I don't think that's in Sweden.
When it comes around, like 2 years later, a la Disney Plus. Because that took like a year.
Yeah, and I'm still think they're stupid. Like, they would have earned so much more money in such a short period.
It's Disney. Do you think they have their own marketing strategy of, for one, they have plenty of money, so they don't care about losing much. Two, the fact that people have to wait for so long without getting it is going to cause the hype to go through the roof once it shows up. So that's kind of a marketing strategy, is to not release it early, but release it at a good enough time to like make it wait a little bit.
Yeah, but then they don't know Europeans, because we don't give a fuck about stuff that comes late. Like we then use other stuff like a VPN. Apparently,
well, honestly,
Disney Plus wasn't. You can't actually get Disney Plus with a VPN. That's really interesting.
There's some places that block it, which kind of sucks. I mean, apparently, one of I know Netflix has started blocking VPNs to where it doesn't work. They've started to in places. I think in Canada it's not allowed. Or it's not like they're going to do anything. It's just they'll say like, hey, you have a VPN turned on, turn it off to use Netflix. And like,
I have noticed that if I start, like, if I'm in United States, I'm fine. But if I put my VPN in like Singapore, it doesn't work. I can't be on Netflix. It's like they have like really interesting like anime in like Singapore and China and stuff like that. And
see, that's the other thing. I would actually really like to. That's one other reason why I want a VPN, is because there are other places that have shows that are much different. They're not available here, so I can check them out everywhere.
So like, say, if you go to like Europe, you find a show, you know about a show that is like here, but it isn't in, and you're like, I want to watch that show, but I can't watch it because it's not available on Netflix here, and
right.
And
but the problem with me is that it costs a lot. Okay, these VPNs cost a lot.
Yeah.
There's none that I would go for ExpressVPN, but again, it costs a lot. It's my issue.
Yeah.
The only
talking about was
like 3-year thing or whatever, 2-year, whatever it is.
You should have done that. No.
I would, but it's like 100 on the initial price each time. And then you have the whatever it is. You have the 12.97 I think here, something like that. 12 something. It's like 12 something per month otherwise.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, be nice to do.
It's time to end.
Is it?
Yeah, but it's 3 or 4.
It's because I'm out of stuff to say.
Yeah, I noticed that you can't even speak words.
I'm out of stuff to say. Okay, I mean, I wasn't really prepared to talk about much tonight at all, anyway. And plus, I fell asleep before we did this.
Yeah, that was like I was waiting for him to come into the. I was sitting in the VC for like 2 hours. I was like, what? Why is it taking so long? And then he was like,
I mean,
oh,
at
I fell
12,
asleep.
I mean,
and
I wasn't really going to do anything at 12 anyway. It was gonna be like a 1 or 2 regardless, because I just didn't really feel like it at 12. But at that point, I fell asleep, and I was like, well.
I mean, I think it's a good time to end it, or a good time to end anyways, because then you can like go out with your dog, eat something, and then basically go to bed.
I can't really eat much of anything. We don't. That's the thing about here, though. We don't really have much to eat. We really only have like cereal or something, and I can't eat cereal because we barely have any milk, and we have a baby in the house, and she needs plenty of milk. So the milk kind of goes to her.
You have grass outside. Eat the grass.
Yeah, I don't need to eat the grass. I mean, I can eat the cereal plain out with no milk, but that's just no.
That's weird.
That's weird.
You are weird.
Yeah. I mean, there's a Pop-Tart in there, but that's, again, not mine. There's only like one in there. You're like, nah. I'm just out of luck these days.
I think she has awoken or her phone died.
Not there anymore?
But yeah. Subscribe to our YouTube.
Subscribe to YouTube, because
follow on Twitch.
Mostly I just do archives these days. Follow to Twitch. Don't worry about Mixer anymore, because
as we said earlier, yeah, they are becoming Facebook, and no one likes Facebook.
That's not even the issue. It's just the issue is it's shutting down, so we won't have anything.
Yeah. I mean, if it wasn't for like being so dumb, and I don't see a reason to stream on Facebook either. Like,
no. I mean, I'm sure they would make you a new account for it, so you don't have to use your personal or whatever, but it still doesn't matter to me. It's Facebook. I don't care. I don't want it. Seems like a dumb platform to go for. But you got
follow
that.
us, and then Twitter, mine is 18 plus, just so you know.
Mine is one where just don't turn on notifications.
Yeah, basically. Because otherwise you're gonna say like, oh, this character, oh my god. And I'm like,
look, okay, it's just while I'm watching this show. I'm not gonna do it on other shows. Other shows, I'm gonna actually, the thing is, I'm actually really gonna try to make a review series on my second channel. I want to, like, to start doing reviews on certain like shows and everything. And of course, you can join Swede on a few of those, but it's the point that we try to review them, which is basically just I record footage for it, and then I make a script. Like, I just write up a script for things to review it about. But
I'm not good with script. Last time I scripted something that wasn't that good.
The last time I scripted something, for some stupid reason.
Don't tell me you fucked up.
I'll go ahead. No, I'll go ahead and mention this. The last time I did a script was when I was making my own Machinima series. Was when I was making a show. So, or I would say a show. It's a YouTube series in this case. But no one knows what Machinima is. It's where you're using a game engine or like something like that to create a show. So in this case, I was using Halo, and it was still in universe. So stuff like that. But I had a small team to help out, and they kind of relied on me a little too much. I gave them the notes, I gave them stuff to go for, and I told them about personalities of the characters that I envisioned, and they could give their own creative opinion on it. Like, did they want to, like, did they think they should change or anything? Or I even had a script writer and a junior writer at that. They could both make scripts, and I would review them and, like, give them some help and all that. But they would basically look for me to write scripts before they do anything. I'm like, you guys, what? I'm the director of this. But the director isn't supposed to write the scripts. That's the...
Unless it's like you're directing your own...
Unless the director is the writer. So it's like, if you are both. I mean, technically I was a writer, but it's not the point. I got the other person to join in so they could start doing it fully. Like, I would help out in the beginning, and then they would, like, start pushing in for more.
Yeah,
But
my
regardless, it went on me too much, so
one
I
scripted
didn't get it
video
done.
was the one when I tried to figure out who's the most insane character in what was it called? Gun Gale Online. And that was thing.
I've tried my hand at scripting. It's just that, to me, a lot of people make their script and then they go get their footage. I feel like I have to go get the footage first, then script. Like, that's kind of the issue. I mean, or like do it like at the same time, because again, it's just a weird process on me. Like, I can't make the script on my own unless I have something to think about while making it. So I have to like go through what I'm doing, like recording it.
Yeah.
But everyone else is like, oh no, we'll just make the script right then and there. And I'm like, that's not gonna work for me.
Well, for me, if I'm reviewing something, I'm gonna be straight. So, like I don't talk from a paper. That's the issue. Like I don't like.
Well, that's the thing. You can still, if you're the one who's scripting it, you're not gonna be talking like this because you're reading off of a paper. Like, oh, this whole thing happened like that. You're not gonna be doing it like that.
Raid Shadow. That is like the most scripted fucking.
Right here, where it is it is a mobile game, a console-like graphics. Da 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 da. Yeah, no, seriously, that's just a lot of people. Like, there's some people who actually mix around with the actual sound.
And Mini is actually does actually play the game, so he knows a lot more about the game instead of like doing a script.
With everyone who keeps doing it, it's that they make their own script, or it's not really a script. It's like they're always new people. So I was like, oh, I choose this person because they do this, this, and this. I'm like, can you just? I don't know. Anyway, when it comes to scripting, it's not too bad. It's just as long as you can write it out and everything, and I don't know. You should be able to freaking put emotion and emphasis into your own scripts. It's not hard.
I don't have emotions.
Tell that to the Uncharted series. Those streams you did. Tell that. Because I don't know, you got pretty angry on that one.
Oh, I poked my eye. Well, really poked the eye, but you know.
There's that. You can follow us on those.
Discord.
Join our Discords, which there's my link to it.
I'm not taking up my link because my phone is watching a noob. I'm not mentioning his name. He's a noob.
You see, if I had the webcam on, I would be flipping you off right now, but it's not on, so you know.
Aww, are you gonna cry?
That's the most, like, I don't know why you say that, because that is the most stupidest thing anyone could come up with for, oh, whatever. Like, come on. Think of something better. Alright, so you got
then
that.
I have to think, and you know, that's a lot of work, and you know, I'm kind of busy.
About you. Wait,
oh
that.
God, Streamlabs has a pride flag.
Did you not know that?
I go fucking. I used to say this forever. I'm like, fuck that.
Says the one part of the community.
No, I'm not. I'm actually stepping up because here's the thing. I'm not in the LGBT community as a whole. I support them, but I'm not. I'm never gonna be part of it because it's like I can't be part of a community. I don't like communities. I hate people.
Saying you're the B in that acronym, okay?
I mean, those kind of B.
It's in every single profile that you create.
No.
Okay. Yes, and almost every single one, it's always the same line. I think you're just copy pasting your other descriptions. Like you're like, nah, that just takes too long.
No, I'm actually not doing that. I actually have like 3 different things. Like, I think my Twitch is the same as my, or at least the part that, because I want to show that people can be like that and still be fucked up. Wait. Oh, and the people are fucked up. That's why. It's just people in general.
Jesus. Anyway, on that, you can join the Discord server.
Wait, we can?
Me, as long as people are, there are people there. there's a couple people right now that would be considered active, but mostly just us two and 2 other people. But point being is that if more people join, it gets way more active. It's just right now, just a lot of them are not active at all. So you know how that is. We can go for that. Plenty to do in that. You go to sleep.
I am after we end this, and I'm gonna just like leave you alone, and you're gonna sit there and cry for 2 weeks because that's what you do.
Dog, buddy.
Oh yeah, I forgot chat box, the chat thing, the chat box thing.
Yeah, there is the audio version, which again
that has like 2 episodes.
3.
Okay. Oh my god! You know what we should do? You know how you want to do review? We should go back to the first ever nerd ensemble we did and do review on that.
Sounds awful and very boring.
Yes,
but also very conceited and.
I mean, think about it. That's like a year ago, and I feel like we have evolved like really fast in a year about how our show has been.
I mean, it could be better.
Yeah, I mean, it can, but it's still way better than it was when we started.
Yeah.
I mean, we still complain about YouTube, guys. Don't worry about that.
Don't worry about that. I just wanted to get away from a few things. I mean, I mentioned this before we started, but the whole music that I have in the background, I still want it, but I want something different, like something just like quieter, like just right there in the background, not this. I don't really like it. There's that, but we have that. I am going to be getting more episodes onto there. It's just a problem that I have work, have a bunch of other stuff I have to deal with. I'm not able to be on my phone or whatever else all the time. I can't. Even if I want to be, I can't. So I just, it's kind of hard.
He doesn't want to.
I have to download the episode in audio, so I have to convert to an audio version of the episode. Then I have to edit it to make it sound somewhat okay, because sometimes the audio is a little rough because of YouTube compression, so I have to edit it a little bit. And also in the early episodes, I'm having to add a bit of an intro, voice intro, just to let you know something, because a lot of the early ones were like broken in some way, so I try to let you know that. And yeah,
but we get better at what we're doing, and one day I'll be the very best like no one ever was. Wait, that's wrong. Wait, we're not playing Pokemon now. Because if you can't even beat Pokemon, you're not a gamer.
I have beaten Pokemon.
Yeah, you have, but we know someone that somehow hasn't been able to beat it.
I've only beaten one, but that's only because my interest got me to that one. Because that one I actually really liked. It was, the black version. I like that one. Yeah. Black and white.
But at least you've beaten a Pokemon game. That's the thing. Yeah. But someone needed a traded Charizard that he couldn't even control to win.
Yeah, that's why you don't. You get more badges, dude. Just sideline that Charizard.
No, that's the only way he actually won the game was because he couldn't control him. So you see, they needed a fucking help with the fucking fight too. But I can still not understand how you can't beat a Pokemon game.
I don't know, because like I said, I was working on beating Platinum and I was like almost done, but I lost the cartridge.
That sucked. But with that said, my ladies and gentlemen, and what the fuck you are these days.
That just sounds very offensive.
I am offensive. What are you gonna do? Sue me?
No, but that makes it sound way worse.
I mean, I can't say that I don't know what they are. If I don't know what they are, I can't really tell them, oh, hi, you.
Whatever that was. I don't know. I forgot the quote. What was the quote?
A quote stuff.
Not me.
Hi, he, ha, ha, hoo, ha, he. Hi, you, ha.
Whatever, you get the point. Yeah.
There's a point to this?
Whatever. Not really. Whatever gender you go by. Point being. Thank you for coming to watch. Thank you for coming to listen. Whatever it is you're doing. So, yeah, we basically just rant. Say random stuff. That's the show.
Random stuff. things, stuff, random.
Random.
Penguin.
Just basically the word random.
I think my stream is called something random. No, that sounds random.
Yeah, it's close. Yeah, just
and I misspelled it, by the way.
Yeah, you misspelled that.
Let's not talk about that, okay?
I think we are going to talk about, taht. Or taht. Put the emphasis on that H in there.
Shut the fuck up, you piece of freaking frick.
Oh, you gonna cry? No.
I don't cry, I'm a real man.
Exactly. Again, we're gonna keep rambling if we don't end, so thank you all for coming, watching.
Pika, Pikachu.